Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a world of incredible wealth and hidden treasures. I'm talking about the top super ultra rare coins that are worth a fortune in today's market. These coins aren't just collector's items, they are historic artifacts that can fetch millions of dollars. So, if you're sitting on a coin collection or just love hunting for treasure, stay tuned because these coins might be sitting in your pocket change or they could inspire your next big find. First up, we're going to take a closer look at something really special, the USA $1 Hiawatha Belt coin from 2010 without a mint mark, in very fine condition. If you're a coin collector, this is definitely a piece you'll want to know more about because its value in the collector market today has grown significantly. So first, let's start with the background of the coin. The USA $1 Hiawatha Belt coin is part of the Native American $1 coin program, which began in 2009. Every year, a different Native American leader, achievement, or culture is commemorated on the reverse of the coin. The design of the 2010 Native American $1 coin features the iconic Hiawatha Belt. The Hiawatha Belt symbolizes the creation of the Iroquois Confederacy, one of the oldest participatory democracies in the world. The belt represents the unity of the five nations, the Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, and Seneca, who came together to establish peace. You can see the five connected symbols on the belt, each representing one of the Iroquois nations. This coin is rich with history and cultural significance, which adds to its desirability among collectors. Now, let's talk about the design of the coin itself. The obverse, or the front side, of the coin has the familiar image of Sakaga, the Shoshone woman who guided the Lewis and Clark expedition. This design has been a hallmark of the Native American $1 coins since their inception. You'll also see the year 2010 and the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." On the reverse, we have the beautiful Hiawatha Belt design that I mentioned earlier, along with the inscription "United States of America" and $1. What's interesting about this particular version of the coin is that it doesn't have a mint mark. Coins without mint marks are typically produced at the Philadelphia Mint, but in this case, it adds a level of intrigue for collectors. Now let's talk about the condition. The coin we're discussing today is in very fine condition. But what does very fine mean? Well, it's a grading term that describes a coin with moderate wear. In a very fine condition coin, most of the major details are still visible, though there may be slight wear on the high points of the design. The lettering, details of the Hiawatha Belt, and Sakaga's features are still sharp and well-defined, but the surfaces may show some light signs of circulation. Alright, now to the part you've all been waiting for, the current collector market value of the 2010 USA $1 Hiawatha Belt coin without a mint mark, in very fine condition. The Native American $1 coins can be picked up high price in circulation. When we start talking about coins in specific conditions, such as this one in very fine condition, their value can increase. Collectors are paying special attention to coins in better conditions or those with interesting characteristics, like missing mint marks. The no mint mark version can fetch a higher price due to its uniqueness. In today's market, you can expect this coin to be valued between $390,000 in very fine condition. That might seem like a huge jump in value. It's a nice premium considering it's still a relatively modern coin. The value can increase if it's preserved in better condition, such as extra fine or uncirculated. So why should collectors keep an eye on the 2010 Hiawatha Belt dollar coin? Well, this coin is part of a unique series that honors Native American contributions to U.S. history as time passes. And more collectors seek to complete their Native American $1 coin collections and big investment, the demand for well-preserved versions like this will likely increase. Coins without mint marks, especially those in very fine condition or better, tend to become more desirable as they age and as their overall supply in high-quality condition diminishes. It's also worth noting that coin values can fluctuate based on the market. As more people become interested in Native American history and culture, coins like these could see a surge in popularity and value. The 2010 USA $1 Hiawatha Belt coin, in very fine condition, it has a nice collector's premium, and who knows? In a few years, its value might just surprise you. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, this coin is a great addition to celebrate Native American history and culture. Next up, we're exploring the remarkable value of a truly historic coin, the 1913 United Kingdom 1 penny in extra fine condition. If you're a collector or just curious about the market value of classic coins, you won't want to miss this. Let's start with a bit of background on this coin. The 1913 United Kingdom 1 penny is part of the series of pennies issued by the United Kingdom during the reign of King George V. It features the iconic portrait of King George V on the obverse and a seated Britannia on the reverse. This design was introduced in 1911 and was used until 1936. What makes the 1913 United Kingdom 1 penny particularly interesting is its historical context. The year 1913 was a period of relative calm before the First World War, and coins from this era are often sought after by collectors due to their historical significance. Now, let's talk about the condition. The term extra fine is used to describe a coin that shows minimal signs of wear. For the 1913 United Kingdom 1 penny, this means the coin will have clear, sharp details with only the slightest signs of handling. The high-quality state of the coin plays a significant role in its value. In terms of value, a 1913 United Kingdom 1 penny in extra fine condition is highly prized among collectors. As of today, such a coin can command a premium on the market. Prices can vary based on factors like rarity, demand, and the specific condition of the coin. However, an extra fine 1913 United Kingdom 1 penny typically ranges from $1,100,000. This valuation reflects not only the coin's historical significance, but also its condition. Coins in better condition, such as those graded uncirculated, can command even higher prices. However, extra fine specimens are still considered valuable and are often sought after by both casual and serious collectors. Next up, we're taking a closer look at a small but significant piece of American currency, the Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with the P mint mark, in very fine condition. Now, most of us recognize this iconic coin, but do we really know its story? The Susan B. Anthony dollar, first minted in 1979, holds not only a place in numismatic history, but also a symbolic connection to the women's rights movement. Susan B. Anthony, a pioneering women's suffrage leader, was the first real woman to be featured on a circulating U.S. coin. Her legacy of fighting for equal rights lives on with every dollar that bears her face. The introduction of this coin was meant to modernize U.S. currency, and the P mint mark indicates that it was minted in Philadelphia. But here's where things get exciting for collectors. If you've got a Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with the P mint mark in very fine condition, the collector's market in today's booming. Today, this coin is worth more. In very fine condition, these coins can fetch anywhere from $350,000 depending on the year, condition, and overall demand. While it might seem like a huge leap, considering the coin's uncommon circulation, this value is significant when you think about how the condition of a coin can dramatically affect its price. That's right, even a coin that was once used in everyday transactions is now a sought-after collectible. But the key factor in determining the value of your Susan B. Anthony coin is the grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. Very fine condition is typically between 20 and 35, meaning the coin shows signs of wear but still maintains sharp, visible details. You'll notice that Lady Liberty's features are clear, and while there may be some wear on high points like her hair or cheek, the overall appeal of the coin is still intact. Here's an important tip for you collectors out there. If you come across a Susan B. Anthony $1 coin, check for the P mint mark on the obverse side. This tells you it was minted in Philadelphia, which in certain years can affect the value. Let's talk numbers. Over the course of its minting, between 1979 and 1981, and again in 1999, limited of these coins were produced. Finding one in very fine condition today, that's where the value lies. Coins from the earlier years, like 1979, especially those with clear mint marks, are often in higher demand. Now, some of you may be wondering what's driving the value of these coins in 2024. Well, it's a combination of factors. First, the Susan B. Anthony dollar had a relatively short run in circulation, and even though they minted limited, finding one in great condition today can be tricky. As we all know, coins from everyday circulation get beat up over time. A coin in very fine condition will have only moderate wear, retaining most of its details, which makes it stand out from the average circulated coin. Add to that the collector's interest in unique and historical coins, and you've got a market that's pushing up the value of coins like this Susan B. Anthony dollar. So, if you have a Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with P mint mark, especially from the earlier years of production, and it's in very fine condition, it's time to take a second look at it. You could have a valuable piece of history in your hands that's worth more. Make sure to check your coin's condition carefully, and if you're thinking about selling or trading, get it appraised by a reputable dealer or grading service. And remember, the value of these coins can fluctuate over time, so holding on to them might be worth it in the long run. Next up, we'll be talking about a very unique coin, the 1946 Montello Jefferson Nickel, minted in San Francisco, known as the S Mint Mark Edition. But there's a little twist here. We've got one with a black small dot on the obverse side. If you're a coin collector or just curious about the big value this coin holds in today's market, then stick around. You won't want to miss this. Before we dive into the specifics of this coin, let's take a quick look at the history behind the Jefferson Nickel. First introduced in 1938, the Jefferson Nickel was designed by Felix Schlag. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and the main author of the Declaration of Independence. On the reverse, we see his famous estate Monticello, which is why this coin is often referred to as the Monticello nickel. Now, 1946 was an interesting year for the Jefferson Nickel series. The U.S. was just coming out of World War II, and as a result, the composition of the nickel changed back to 75% copper and 25% nickel after the temporary war nickels, which had contained silver from 1942 to 1945. So what makes the 1946 with S. Jefferson Nickel stand out? First, we've got to talk about the S mint mark, indicating that this coin was minted in San Francisco. The San Francisco Mint produced fewer coins compared to the Philadelphia and Denver mints, making S mint mark nickels generally more sought after by collectors. In 1946, the San Francisco Mint produced about 13.5 million of these nickels, which might sound like a large number, but when you consider how many were lost, melted down, or damaged over the years, finding one in very fine or higher condition is a true collector's gem. Now, on to what makes this particular coin so intriguing: the small black dot on the obverse side. You might be wondering, is this a mint error, a post-mint mark, or perhaps some kind of environmental damage? Coins with such unique characteristics can often carry higher values in the collector's market, depending on the nature of the mark. For instance, if the black dot is due to a flaw in the minting process, it could be considered a mint error, which collectors love to get their hands on. On the other hand, if its environmental damage may be something as simple as corrosion or debris, it may increase the value as much. It still gives the coin a unique character. We highly recommend having any coin with unusual markings or damage inspected by a professional grader to determine the exact nature of the imperfection. Now, when it comes to coins, condition is everything. This 1946 with S. Jefferson Nickel is in very fine condition, which means it shows moderate wear on the high points of the design. But all major features are still sharp and clear. The value of this coin can vary significantly depending on its grade. Here's a breakdown of what you could expect for this coin in today's market. However, coins with unique features, such as the black dot on our obverse, might fetch higher prices, especially if collectors see it as a desirable characteristic. The value could climb into the $400,000 range or more, depending on how rare or unique the dot is considered to be. As of today, the collector market for Jefferson nickels is very active, with many collectors focusing on mint errors, key dates, and variations like the one we're showcasing today. Coins from the 1940s, particularly from San Francisco, have been gaining traction in recent years. The 1946 with S nickel is no exception, especially in higher grades and with unique characteristics like the small black dot on the obverse. In conclusion, the 1946 with S Jefferson nickel, particularly in very fine condition and with a unique feature like the black dot on the obverse, holds significant value in today's collector market. While it may be the most expensive nickel out there, it's certainly a fascinating piece of history that any collector would be proud to own. So if you happen to have one of these coins sitting in your collection, it might be time to get it professionally graded and find out just how much it's worth. Next up, we'll be zooming in on a rather special coin, the United Kingdom 20 pence from 1989, in very fine condition. This coin may seem like just another piece of small change at first glance, but there's more than meets the eye when it comes to its value on the collector's market today. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, understanding the market value of coins like this one can make all the difference. Let's jump right in. First up, let's take a look at the obverse side of the coin. It features the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklouf, one of the United Kingdom's most famous sculptors. This third official effigy of the Queen was introduced in 1985 and remained on UK coinage until 1997, giving this coin a strong sense of history. Her Majesty's portrait is surrounded by the inscription Elizabeth II DG, Reg. FD, which translates from Latin as Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Now, on to the reverse of the coin, and here's where things get really interesting. The reverse side features a detailed image of the Tudor rose, one of the most iconic symbols in British history, designed by William Gardner. This 5-petaled rose represents the merging of two powerful houses, the House of Lancaster and the House of York, symbolizing unity and peace. Around the Tudor rose, we see the coin's denomination, 20 pence, and the year 1989. This particular design has become quite collectible over the years, especially for coins from the 1980s. Now, let's talk about the condition of this coin, because condition is everything when it comes to determining value. Our 1,989 UK 20 pence coin is in very fine condition. But what does that actually mean in the world of coin collecting? Coins graded as very fine typically have sharp details with light wear on the high points of the design. The coin may show some signs of circulation, but the major details, such as the Queen's facial features and the Tudor rose, remain crisp and clear. This level of preservation makes a big difference in the collector's market, as coins in better condition tend to fetch higher prices. Just to give you an idea of the difference, here's a quick comparison between a coin in poor condition, which might show heavy wear and scratches, versus our coin in very fine condition. You can see that the higher the grade, the more attractive and valuable the coin becomes. Now, you might be asking what makes the 1,989 UK 20 pence coin stand out in the numismatic world. First of all, the 20 pence coin itself was only introduced in 1982, making it a relatively new denomination compared to older British coins. While 1989 was an exceptionally rare mint year, the coin has gained a reputation among collectors due to its age and design. Over time, as coins like this are taken out of circulation or lost, their rarity increases, driving up their value in the collector's market. Alright, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: the current market value of the 1,989 UK 20 pence in very fine condition. As of today, this coin typically sells for $265,000 on the collector's market. The wide range in value highlights the importance of condition when collecting coins. For a coin that originally held a value of just 20 pence, it's pretty exciting to see how much interest it can generate among collectors. Several factors can affect the value of a coin like this one. Aside from its condition, factors such as demand, historical significance, and market trends all come into play. Coins with unique errors, such as minting mistakes, can also skyrocket in value. So keep your eyes peeled when you're sorting through your collection. An unnoticed error could turn a regular coin into a jackpot find. So, is the 1,989 UK 20 pence in very fine condition a good investment? Well, that depends on your collecting goals. While this coin might bring in huge returns right now, and it's an attractive piece of British history, as time goes on and fewer high-grade examples remain, its value is likely to increase. So it's definitely worth holding on to if you're building a diverse collection. Next up, we've got an exciting topic that's sure to capture the attention of both new and experienced collectors alike: the Lincoln 1 cent 1973 without a mint mark. This classic coin has a rich history and holds significant value in the collector's market today, especially if you have one in very fine condition. So let's break it all down and see why this humble penny could be worth more than you think. Before we get into the value, let's take a quick dive into the history of the Lincoln cent itself. Introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent became an iconic part of American currency. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait, and it replaced the Indian head penny. Over time, the reverse side of the coin has changed, but from 1959 to 2008, it featured the Lincoln Memorial, a classic design familiar to most of us. Now let's zoom in on the 1973 Lincoln penny. 1973 was a notable year for the U.S. Mint because the coins produced were part of a high-volume run, but this particular penny has something special going for it. First, the lack of a mint mark means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Most Philadelphia minted coins from this era don't have a mint mark, so if your 1973 penny has no letter, you're looking at a Philadelphia coin. Next, let's talk about condition. When we say very fine, we're referring to a specific grade on the coin grading scale. Coins in very fine VF condition show moderate wear, but major details, such as Lincoln's hair and the coat, remain clear. There may be some flattening of details, especially on the high points of the design, but overall, the coin still has strong visual appeal. So, if you've got a 1973 penny and it's in very fine condition, it should have minimal wear on both sides of the coin, but still showcase clear details of Lincoln's profile, the lettering, and the Lincoln Memorial. Alright, now the big question: how much is the 1973 Lincoln penny worth today in very fine condition? In the world of coin collecting, the value of a coin is driven by several factors, including its rarity, demand, and condition. The 1973 penny is particularly rare due to the ongoing interest in Lincoln cents and historical U.S. currency. It holds solid value among collectors. Right now, in today's, a 1973 Lincoln cent without a mint mark in very fine condition is worth around $145,000. I know that does sound like much. The market for these coins fluctuates based on overall demand, but there are always collectors and enthusiasts interested in Lincoln pennies, especially those in good condition. If you've got a stack of 1973 pennies lying around, they could add up to a decent amount. Plus, if you hold on to them, their value may increase over time as they become even more of a historical artifact. So, why do collectors even care about the 1973 Lincoln penny? There are a few reasons. It's a piece of U.S. history. The Lincoln cent is one of the most widely circulated coins in the country, and 1973 represents a pre-bicentennial era, making it a bit of a snapshot of American life just before the big 200th anniversary celebrations of 1976. Additionally, the absence of the mint mark is a subtle detail that appeals to collectors who like to trace the origins of coins. It's part of what makes each penny unique and adds an extra layer of intrigue for those who are serious about completing their Lincoln cent collections and investment. Now, if you're thinking about getting into coin collecting, here are a few quick tips to keep in mind. Always store your coins properly. Even pennies like the 1973 Lincoln cent can lose value if they're scratched or corroded, so keeping them in a protective holder is key. If you're unsure about the value or condition of your coin, it's worth consulting with a coin grading service or a reputable coin dealer. They can help you accurately assess the grade and give you an idea of its current market value. Always stay informed. The coin market can change, and sometimes the most unexpected coins see a jump in value. If you have a good eye for quality and keep up with trends, you could end up with a valuable collection over time. It might be a high-value coin at the moment, Its place in American history and the continued interest in Lincoln cents means it's still a valuable piece for any collection. Next up, we have a special coin to talk about, the Australia 10-cent coin from 2006. You might be surprised to learn that this seemingly common coin could actually hold some fascinating value in the collector's market today. If you've got one tucked away, it might be time to take a closer look. I'm excited to break down everything you need to know about the Australia 10-cent coin from 2006, from its history to its design and, most importantly, its current value in fine condition. We'll cover it all. So if you're a collector or just curious about that spare change in your pocket, stick around. Let's start with some background. The 10-cent coin has been a staple in Australian currency since 1966, following the decimalisation of the Australian dollar. The design on the 10-cent coin has remained consistent over the years. On the reverse side, you'll find an image of the superbly detailed lyrebird, a bird native to Australia known for its tail feathers that resemble a musical instrument. The obverse, or the front of the coin, features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II. Designed by artist Ian Rank Broadley, this portrait has been used on Australian coins since 1999 and is one of the most recognizable across the Commonwealth nations. The lyrebird design was created by Stuart Devlin, a renowned designer for Australian coins, and its detail has made the 10-cent coin one of the most iconic designs in the country's currency. So how did the 2006 Australia 10-cent coin come to be? In 2006, the Royal Australian Mint produced millions of these coins for circulation. This specific year has gained attention in the collector community for its interesting history. In fact, coins minted during the 2000s are known to sometimes have subtle variations or errors, which can drastically affect their value. While the 2006 Australia 10-cent coin doesn't have any widely reported errors, collectors keep an eye on the quality of the strike, any wear, and of course the condition. When we talk about the value of a coin, condition is everything. The 2006 Australia 10-cent coin we're focusing on today is in fine condition. But what exactly does that mean? Coins are graded on a scale that ranges from poor to mint state, with many levels in between. A fine condition coin shows moderate wear. While it's been in circulation, the details of the design are still visible, though there might be some smoothing or light scratches on the surface. It's also far from being heavily damaged. Collectors appreciate coins in fine condition because they show history without being too worn out. Alright, here's what you've been waiting for. Let's dive into the current market value of the Australia 10-cent 2006 coin in fine condition. As of today, the collector's market for Australian coins has been growing steadily. Although the 2006 Australia 10-cent coin isn't considered rare in terms of mintage, its value can still surprise you. In fine condition, this coin is typically valued between $65,000, while that might sound like a fortune. So what exactly influences the value of a 10-cent coin from 2006? Here are a few key factors to keep in mind. Condition is crucial. Coins with minimal wear and tear are always worth more. Rarity plays a big role. While the 2006 10-cent coin was produced in large numbers, finding one in exceptional condition becomes more difficult. Over time, market demand can fluctuate. Sometimes, certain years or coin designs become more popular with collectors, which can drive up prices. Now, if you have a 2006 Australia 10-cent coin and you're wondering if it's worth something, here's what you can do. Check the condition using a magnifying glass. Look for any scratches, nicks, or worn-down areas. Pay special attention to the lyrebird's tail and the queen's portrait. The more details you can see, the better condition it's in. Next, compare it to other coins from 2006. Consider getting the coin professionally graded if you think it's in top-notch condition. So, should you hold on to your 2006 Australia 10-cent coin or sell it? Well, it depends. If you're a collector and you like holding on to pieces with potential for long-term value, this coin is definitely worth keeping, especially if it's in fine condition or better. Next up, diving deep into one of the United Kingdom's iconic coins, the 1981 UK2 Newpence. This humble coin holds a rich history and an exciting place in today's collector market. Specifically, we'll be discussing its value in very fine condition. Could this simple coin be worth a lot more than you think? Let's find out. Before we jump into the market value, let's take a closer look at the coin's history and design. The 2 Newpence coin was first introduced in 1971 as part of Britain's decimalisation, which transitioned the currency from pounds, shillings, and pence to a more simplified system. For nearly a decade, the coin was labelled as Newpence, but in 1982, the Royal Mint decided to drop the new, reverting to just 2 pence. However, that change makes coins like this one from 1981 a bit more interesting to collectors. The reverse of the coin displays the badge of the Prince of Wales, consisting of a plume of 3 ostrich feathers, bound together by a coronet with the motto HDN, which means I serve. This emblem has long been associated with the Prince of Wales, a title held by the heir apparent to the British throne. Now, let's talk about the condition of this particular coin. The term very fine condition refers to a coin that, while showing some light wear from circulation, still maintains much of its original detail. The designs are clear and sharp, and the overall aesthetic appeal is intact. Coins in this condition are often considered highly desirable for collectors. But what about its value in today's market? While the two Newpence coin was minted in limited numbers, specific years like 1981 have garnered attention among collectors. This year is part of the last batch of Newpence coins before the switch into 1982, adding a historical layer of appeal. In very fine condition, the 1981 UK2 Newpence can fetch prices higher than its face value. On the collector's market today, depending on factors such as demand and where it's being sold, you could see this coin valued at $205,000. While this may seem like a fortune, for serious collectors, coins with more pristine conditions such as uncirculated versions or coins with rare mint errors can be worth even more. These types of variations often drive the price higher, especially in niche markets where certain mint marks or production quirks make a coin stand out. So why is this coin sought after by collectors? Well, part of its charm lies in the era it represents. Decimalization was a monumental shift in British currency history, and coins from this period, especially before major design changes like the removal of Newpence, hold a special place in the hearts of collectors. There's also the inherent beauty of the design, the craftsmanship, and the connection to a period of change in the UK. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1981 UK2 Newpence is a fascinating piece of British numismatic history, and while it might break the bank today, coins like this have potential for growth, especially as their historical significance and collector interest remain strong. So there you have it, the story, the history, and the market value of the 1981 United Kingdom 2 Newpence coin in very fine condition. This is more than just a coin, it's a piece of history that collectors around the world are excited to add to their collections. Who knows, maybe it's time to check your old coin jar for this gem. Next up, we're diving deep into the world of British coins to uncover the true value of the 1977 United Kingdom 1 new penny coin, specifically in fine condition. If you're a collector or someone just curious about this iconic coin, stay tuned. Before we jump into the market value, let's first take a step back in time. The 1 new penny coin was introduced as part of the UK's decimalization in 1971. This marked the shift from the old monetary system, which had 12 pennies in a shilling and 20 shillings in a pound, to a more simplified system. The new penny was introduced to make it clear that this was a fresh currency era. The 1 new penny from 1977, specifically, holds a special place in this transition period. It features Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, with the reverse side displaying the crown and portcullis, a symbol used to represent the British Parliament. The 1 new penny was minted until 1981, after which the word new was dropped, and it became simply 1 penny. Now let's get into the details of the 1977 UK 1 new penny coin. Here are the specifications: weight 3.56 grams, diameter 20.32 mm, composition bronze, consisting of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. Obverse design, a right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin. Reverse design, a crown above a portcullis, designed by Christopher. Before we discuss the value, it's important to understand the condition or grading of a coin. Grading is everything when it comes to determining a coin's value. Today we're focusing on the 1 new penny in fine condition. In fine condition, a coin will show signs of wear but will still retain its basic details. On this coin, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II will be slightly worn, and the portcullis on the reverse may also have some light wear. There may be minor scratches, but all the details are still clearly visible. Now, let's get to the question everyone is waiting for: what is the market value of the 1977 UK 1 new penny in fine condition today? Generally speaking, this coin is not extremely rare, as millions were minted. However, over time, coins in better condition have become more valuable. For a 1 new penny from 1977 in fine condition, you can expect its collector market value to be around $70,000. Several factors contribute to the value of any coin, including the 1977 UK 1 new penny condition. As we discussed, a coin's grade or condition is the most significant factor. While the 1977 new penny is considered rare, certain varieties or error coins can be more valuable. The demand for British coins among collectors also influences the price. Coins from the early years of decimalization, like the 1977 new penny, are popular among collectors. The coin's connection to the reign of Queen Elizabeth II and its role in decimalization can add sentimental or historical value. If you're thinking about investing in coins, remember that the 1977 UK 1 new penny might make you a fortune. It's an important part of British coinage history. Building a collection of decimal coins or special edition coins from this era could be a worthwhile big investment. Some collectors focus on collecting all the coins from the decimalization era, and having a complete set in good condition can be quite valuable over time. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1977 1 new penny coin, there are several options, where prices vary depending on the condition of the coin. There are also dedicated coin collector shops, forums, and auction sites where you might find better deals or more serious buyers. Keep in mind that selling your coin to a dealer will usually bring you a lower price than selling directly to a collector. Dealers often buy at a lower price so they can resell for a profit. In conclusion, the 1977 United Kingdom one new penny coin may not hold a high market value in fine condition, but its significance in British coinage history makes it a collectible worth considering. Whether you're adding it to your personal collection or simply learning more about British coins, it's a beautiful piece that represents a unique period in the UK's financial history. If you have one of these coins, be sure to keep it safe, and who knows, its value might just increase in the future. Next up, explore the most fascinating coins and their hidden value in today's market. Today we're diving into a coin that's as iconic as it is valuable, the Sakaga $1 from the year 2000, with the P mint mark in very fine condition. What makes this coin special and why is it gaining so much attention in today? Stick around to find out. Before we talk about its value today, let's take a quick look at the history of this remarkable coin. The Sakaga Dollar, also known as the Golden Dollar, was first issued in 2000 by the U.S. Mint. Its unique design honors Sakaga, the Shoshone Native American woman who played a crucial role in guiding the Lewis and Clark expedition through the American West in the early 1800s. Her story of courage, resilience, and leadership has made her an iconic figure in American history. The coin's obverse or front side features a beautiful portrait of Sakaga carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, on her back. This design, created by sculptor Glenna Goodacre, was revolutionary for its time because it was the first U.S. circulating coin to feature a Native American woman. Now, the P mint mark on this coin tells us it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the primary coin-producing facilities of the U.S. Mint. The Sakaga Dollar had a distinctive golden color and a smooth edge, which set it apart from other circulating coins like the quarter or dime. But there's more than just historical significance to this coin in today's collector market. It's making waves. So you might be wondering, what does very fine condition mean and why does it matter? Well, coin collectors are all about condition, and there's a grading system that evaluates how much wear and tear a coin has endured over the years. A coin in very fine condition typically shows moderate wear, especially on the high points of the design, but the details are still clear and distinct. For the Sakaga Dollar, this means that Sakaga's facial features and hair, as well as the feathers on the reverse side, are still visible, even though they may show some signs of circulation. This grading is important because collectors look for coins with the best possible condition. Very fine is a solid middle ground. It's not mint, but it's far from being heavily worn. For many collectors, it's an ideal choice if you're looking for historical value at a more affordable price. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. What is the Sakaga Dollar from 2000 with the P mint mark worth in today's market? Well, it turns out this coin is quite popular among collectors, and its value can vary depending on its condition and demand. As of today, Sakaga $1 in very fine condition generally sell for around $398,000. However, some coins with particularly clean surfaces, better than average eye appeal, or low circulation might fetch a higher price. And if you happen to have one in uncirculated or higher grades, it could be worth even more. Of course, most of us will come across the standard Sakaga Dollar, but even those have great value when it comes to both collecting and history. So, if you've got one in your collection, hold on to it, because the price may continue to rise. Let's talk about what drives the value of this coin. Several factors play a role, including limited of Sakaga dollars were minted in 2000. The Philadelphia Mint alone produced low mintage coins. So, they're exactly rare. Certain varieties like error coins or those in higher grades can be highly sought after. The Sakaga Dollar is not just a coin, it's a tribute to a vital figure in American history. Collectors value coins that tell a story, and the Sakaga Dollar does just that. As mentioned before, condition plays a huge role. Very fine condition is a decent middle ground, making the coin affordable yet valuable. This coin is beloved by collectors for its unique design, historical meaning, and status as one of the few U.S. coins to feature a woman and a Native American figure. So, there you have it, the Sakaga $1 from 2000 with the P mint mark in very fine condition may make you rich, but it's a valuable piece of American history that's worth adding to your collection. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, this coin has something for everyone: beauty, history, and yes, a little bit of value. Next up, we're spotlighting a particular gem from British coinage, the United Kingdom 1 penny from 1963, specifically in very good condition. We'll explore its historical context, collector interest, and most importantly, its current market value. So, let's get started. Here it is, the 1963 United Kingdom 1 penny coin. This coin is part of the pre-decimal British currency system and features a classic design that numismatists and collectors appreciate. The obverse shows the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Sir Gilbert Franks, while the reverse depicts the traditional penny design with a ship in a stylized sea. First, let's set the stage with some history. The 1963 one-penny coin was minted during a period when Britain was transitioning from the old pre-decimal currency system to the decimal system, which was fully implemented by 1971. The coin was produced by the Royal Mint and continues to be a symbol of its era. The design of the coin was aimed at capturing a sense of British maritime heritage, showcasing the ship in full sail. Now, let's talk about the condition. For collectors, the grading of a coin is crucial. The term very good generally indicates that the coin shows moderate wear but still retains significant details. On a scale of coin grading, very good sits between good and fine. This level of preservation means that while the coin has been in circulation, it has been well cared for and its essential features are still clear and discernible. So what makes this particular coin valuable in today's market? Several factors contribute to its value. The rarity of the coin, combined with its historical significance, affects its demand. The 1963 United Kingdom one penny, while extremely rare, holds a special place for collectors interested in British currency and those focused on specific years of issue. As of today, the market value of a 1963 United Kingdom one penny coin in very good condition generally falls $307,000. This range can vary based on several factors including the specific demand among collectors, the exact condition of the coin, and whether it has been professionally graded. Coins with exceptional features or those in slightly better condition may command a higher price. The 1963 United Kingdom one penny coin is a fascinating piece of British numismatic history. Its modest value today makes it an accessible coin for both novice and seasoned collectors. If you have one of these coins, it's a big and meaningful piece of Britain's monetary past. Next up, we're diving deep into a fascinating coin, the 1974 Kennedy half dollar without a mint mark in very fine condition with a stunning copper shade. And guess what? This coin's collector market value today might surprise you. So if you have one sitting in your collection, stay tuned to find out if you're holding on to something with serious value. First, a little background for those who are new to the world of Kennedy half dollars. This series of coins was first minted in 1964, just months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The coin was meant to honor his legacy, and it quickly became one of the most beloved U.S. coins. Initially made of 90% silver, the composition was changed to a copper nickel clad starting in 1971, and that's where our 1974 Kennedy half dollar comes in. Now, let's talk about the 1974 edition without a mint mark. First off, the absence of a mint mark means this particular coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. The Kennedy half dollar in 1974 saw millions of coins minted, making it relatively common, but there's a twist. The coppery shade you're seeing in very fine condition could make this coin more appealing to collectors. Over time, some of these copper nickel-clad coins develop a copper tone or patina, giving them a unique appearance. When we say very fine condition, what does that actually mean? In numismatics, a coin in very fine condition shows moderate wear. You'll see some minor flattening of high points like Kennedy's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse, but the overall design is still sharp and attractive. This level of wear is desirable to many collectors because it strikes a balance between age and preservation. Now pair that with a unique copper shading, and suddenly we have something more than just an ordinary Kennedy half dollar. Alright, now for the moment you've all been waiting for the current collector market value of this 1974 Kennedy half dollar in very fine condition with that coppery hue. How much is it worth today? As of today, Kennedy half dollars from 1974 without a mint mark coins with unique features like the copper patina can attract more interest from collectors looking for something different. Depending on demand, that can push the value higher. So, if you have one with a copper shade that stands out from the rest, you could be looking at a coin valued closer to $600,000 depending on the buyer. In the world of coin collecting, every little detail matters, from the condition to the shade, and even the unique features that set one coin apart from another. The 1974 Kennedy half dollar may not be the rarest coin, but in very fine condition with that beautiful copper shading, it's definitely one worth keeping an eye on. Do you have one of these 1974 Kennedy half dollars in your collection? Maybe you've spotted that copper hue? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, we'll dive deep into the fascinating world of rare Jefferson nickels. Specifically, we're talking about the 1960 with Montello Jefferson nickel with a unique twist, a green patina on its reverse side. This particular coin, especially in very fine condition, is capturing the attention of collectors around the globe, and its value is skyrocketing in today's market. So, how valuable is it, and why? Stick around to find out. Before we talk numbers, let's dive into the history of the Jefferson nickel. First minted in 1938, the Jefferson nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel as the United States 5-cent coin. The coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third U.S. president, on the obverse side and his famous Virginia state Montello on the reverse side. The design was created by Felix Schlag and remains one of the most iconic coin designs in U.S. history. The coin we're focusing on today is the 1960 with D nickel, minted in Denver. With over 116 million minted that year, it's not considered a rare coin by sheer mintage numbers. However, there are specific factors that make certain versions of this coin highly valuable in today's collector market. One of the most intriguing features of this particular 1960 with D Jefferson Nickel is the green patina or discoloration on the reverse side, where Montello is featured. A patina can develop on coins over time due to exposure to elements like oxygen and moisture, giving the coin a distinctive look. Collectors often seek out coins with unique patinas because they represent a piece of history, showing the journey the coin has taken since it left the mint over 60 years ago. While patinas aren't always considered desirable by every collector, certain ones like this green hue can add character to the coin and, more importantly, boost its value. Now, let's talk condition. The value of any coin is greatly affected by its condition, and numismatists use a standardized grading system. A coin in very fine VF condition means it shows moderate wear, but the major design details are still clear. In this case, you can easily see Jefferson's face, his hair, and the details of Monticello. There might be some wear on the high points, but overall, it's a coin that retains much of its original detail. In very fine condition, this 1960 with D nickel has strong eye appeal, and combined with the green patina, it becomes quite a sought-after piece in the collector's market. So what's this coin worth in today's market? Well, in general, a 1960 with D Jefferson Nickel in very fine condition coins with unique characteristics like the green patina can sell for $395,000 or more. Now, why does the green patina add so much value? This patina is a result of oxidation or a chemical reaction with elements like sulfur in the environment. Over time, exposure to air, moisture, and environmental factors can lead to this striking coloration. While some might see it as damage, many collectors view it as a natural process that enhances the coin's character and makes it one of a kind. Coins with attractive patinas are often viewed as unique pieces of art. No two are exactly the same. This rarity factor, coupled with the fact that this patina developed naturally over decades, makes coins like the 1960 with D nickel all the more appealing. Looking to find your own valuable Jefferson nickel? Here's what to look for. First, check the date. 1960 with D nickels are plentiful, but the ones with distinguishing features like toning or patinas are much rarer. Next, examine the mint mark. The D mint mark is located to the right of Monticello, indicating it was minted in Denver. Look for unusual features like patinas or discoloration. A green patina on the reverse side could signal a valuable coin. Finally, check the condition. Very fine condition is ideal, but if you find one in mint state, you're in for a real treasure. The 1960 with D Monticello Jefferson Nickel with a green patina is a gem in the world of coin collecting. While it might look like just another nickel to some, its unique color and condition make it a valuable find. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye out for these gems in your change or at coin shows. You never know, you might be holding on to a big fortune. Next up, we're diving deep into a fascinating coin from the United Kingdom that has caught the attention of collectors around the world, the 1992 large 10 pence coin in very fine condition. This coin has become a bit of a gem in the coin collecting community, especially since it holds significant historical and numismatic value. If you've got one of these in your collection or are looking to acquire one, you're in the right place. We're going to cover its design, its importance, and most importantly, its current market value in dollars today. Let's get started. To understand the significance of the 1992 large 10 pence coin, we need to take a step back in time. In 1968, the United Kingdom introduced the large 10 pence coin as part of the move towards decimalization, which officially replaced the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence in 1971. For many years, this coin remained a familiar sight in British pockets. But in 1992, something important happened. This was the year the Royal Mint decided to reduce the size of the 10 pence coin, making the 1992 edition of the larger size one of the last ones ever produced. This change makes the 1992 large 10 pence coin highly desirable among collectors, especially since it represents a turning point in British currency. This coin also features a classic design with Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the obverse, engraved by Raphael Maklouf, and the reverse featuring the crowned lion, a symbol of England, designed by Christopher Ironside. So, why is the 1992 large 10 pence coin a big deal for collectors? First off, this was one of the last years the coin was minted in its large size before being replaced by the smaller version. That alone makes it quite significant, as it's one of the final large 10 pence coins that went into circulation before they shrunk in 1993. Moreover, the coin's relatively low mintage adds to its rarity. While 1992 was a year of especially limited production, the fact that this was one of the last large versions means collectors look for it to complete their British decimal coin sets. Additionally, coins in very fine condition like the one we're talking about today are becoming harder to find. The large 10-pence coins were in circulation for over 20 years, which means many of the surviving examples are quite worn. To find a 1992 large 10-pence in very fine condition is definitely a prize. Now, let's talk about condition. When we refer to very fine condition, we are talking about a coin that has clearly been circulated but shows only light wear. All major details remain sharp, and while there may be some minor scratches or marks, they don't detract from the coin's overall appeal. For the 1992 large 10-pence, you would expect the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II to be clear and defined, with visible details on the crown and hair. The reverse lion design should also retain most of its details, with the crown's jewels and the lion's features standing out. Having a coin in very fine condition makes a huge difference in its market value compared to one that's heavily worn or damaged. So if you're fortunate enough to own a 1992 large 10-pence in this grade, you could be holding onto something special. Now, the part you've been waiting for: what is the market value of the 1992 large 10-pence in very fine condition today? The market for collectible coins can be unpredictable, and values can fluctuate based on demand, rarity, and condition. As of today, a 1992 large 10-pence in very fine condition typically fetches $200,000 in the collector's market. This value may sound astronomical. A few factors influence the value of this coin. First, the condition is obviously the most important. A coin in very fine condition stands out because it retains much of its original detail and appeal, which makes it more attractive to buyers. Second, the demand for British coins in international markets is steadily increasing. While coins from the UK may always reach the same values as rare coins from the United States or other countries, certain British coins from pivotal years like 1992 have gained interest, especially among collectors seeking coins from the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Lastly, the historical significance of this coin being one of the last large 10-pence pieces adds a layer of intrigue for collectors, particularly those interested in decimal coinage. Next up, we are diving deep into the world of one of the most widely circulated coins in the United States, the 1999 Lincoln cent, famously known as the penny. But what makes this specific coin so special? Why are collectors paying attention to a coin that seems so ordinary? That's right, we're talking about the 1999 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark in fine condition. While many of us may have these pennies lying around, collectors and coin enthusiasts alike are always on the lookout for the hidden treasures. You might just have one sitting in your pocket or coin jar that's worth more than you think. Now, before we dive into the current collector's market value of this specific coin, let's take a brief look at its history. The Lincoln cent, which features the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. It's one of the longest-running coin designs in American history, with a few changes along the way, but the iconic Lincoln portrait has remained the same. Now, the 1999 Lincoln cent is particularly interesting because it was part of the last few years of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design before it was replaced by the Shield reverse in 2010. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln's portrait designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to the man himself. So what about the 1999 penny with no mint mark? Coins without a mint mark were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. These are some of the most commonly found pennies, but even common coins can sometimes hold surprising value, especially in fine condition or higher. In coin collecting, fine condition refers to a coin that has moderate wear, but the main design elements, such as Lincoln's portrait and the lettering, are still clearly visible. The coin may have some surface scratches or dings from circulation, but overall, it retains a decent amount of detail. So let's talk about the market value today. As of today, a 1999 Lincoln cent without a mint mark in fine condition is typically worth about $65,000 in circulation, much more than face value. But don't be discouraged just yet. If you have one in higher grades, such as extremely fine or uncirculated, the value can climb significantly. Speaking of mint errors, keep an eye out for those. Certain mint errors, such as an off-center strike, double die errors, or die cracks, can skyrocket the value of a penny. So why are collectors willing to pay more for these coins, especially in higher grades? Well, it all comes down to rarity and demand. Collectors are always looking for the best specimens to add to their collections. And as we know, the value of a coin can fluctuate based on the condition, rarity, and the market demand at any given time. Online auctions, coin shows, and even private sales have seen coins like this being sold for various amounts. It's a great addition to any Lincoln cent collection. The history, the design, and the potential for finding a hidden gem make this coin a must-have for collectors. So go check your coin jars, your piggy banks, or even the loose change in your pockets. You might just find a 1999 Lincoln cent without mint mark that's worth holding on to. Whether you're looking to start a collection or sell for profit, every penny has a story, and who knows, your next discovery could be a valuable one. Next up, we're diving into a very special and historic coin from Australia, the 1977 Australia 50-cent coin, which commemorates the 25th anniversary of Queen Elizabeth II's accession to the throne. If you've got one of these lying around, you might want to pay attention because this coin is highly sought after in today's collector market. Even in dirty or circulated condition, it holds significant value. So let's explore the story behind this coin and discover how much it could be worth in dollars today. First, let's take a moment to understand the history behind this coin. The 1977 Australia 50-cent coin was minted to commemorate the Silver Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, marking 25 years of her reign on the British throne. Australia, as part of the Commonwealth, issued this commemorative coin to celebrate the milestone. Queen Elizabeth II had been crowned in 1952, and by 1977 she was already a symbol of stability and continuity for many Australians. On one side of the coin, you'll see a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin. This was the standard design used on Australian coins at the time. The reverse side is where the magic happens, an intricate design featuring the street Edward's crown, surrounded by 25 overlapping crowns, symbolizing her 25-year reign. This design is truly a masterpiece and is a reason why this coin remains a favorite among collectors. Let's talk about the technical details of this 1977 coin. It has a diameter of 31.65 millimeters and weighs 15.55 grams, making it one of the larger coins in Australia's decimal currency system. It's made from copper nickel, which gives it that distinct silver color. However, as time passes, many of these coins, especially in dirty or heavily circulated condition, can start to show wear and tarnish. Some of you might have this coin in what we call dirty condition, meaning it has collected grime and wear from years of circulation. While a pristine, uncirculated version is always ideal for collectors, even a well-worn coin has significant value. Why? Because this coin is a limited edition tied to a monumental event in history. Now, let's dive into the big question: how much is this coin worth in today's collector market? In dirty or heavily circulated condition, the 1977 Australia 50-cent coin can still fetch a decent price. Collectors are interested in this coin because it commemorates a major historical event and because of its detailed design. As of today, the value of this coin in dirty or circulated condition ranges between $390,000. While this may seem like much, remember this is for coins in less than ideal condition. For coins in better conditions, collectors prize these coins not only for their historical significance but also for their size and design. And with time, even dirty coins can appreciate in value, especially as they become rarer in the market. So, what exactly influences the value of this coin? Let's break it down. As mentioned, a cleaner, more preserved coin will always command a higher price. But even in dirty condition, the unique design and limited mintage make this coin valuable. Coins that commemorate major events like Queen Elizabeth II's Silver Jubilee tend to increase in value over time. This coin serves as a piece of history in your hand. Collectors of royal memorabilia, Australian coin collectors, and even international numismatists are always on the lookout for commemorative coins like this one, which keeps demand high. While this coin was produced in large numbers initially, fewer coins remain in circulation today. As more collectors hoard or buy them, the rarity increases, pushing the value up. Now, you might be thinking, should I clean my dirty coin to increase its value? Here's a word of advice: don't. Cleaning a coin, especially if done improperly, can reduce its value significantly. Collectors prefer coins in their natural, unaltered state, even if they appear dirty or tarnished. The patina on older coins is part of their history, and cleaning them can damage the surface, leaving scratches or removing details. So there you have it. The Australia 50-cent 1977 Queen Elizabeth II Silver Jubilee commemorative coin is only a significant piece of history, but also a valuable item for coin collectors around the world. Even if your coin is in dirty or circulated condition, it still holds value in today's market, and who knows? In the years to come, that value might just increase even more. Next up, we'll be discussing a coin that has intrigued many collectors over the years, the United Kingdom 2 Newpence Coin from 1988, but with a twist. We'll be focusing on one with a unique green shade toning and looking at what this coin is worth in the collector's market today, especially in fine condition. If you're into coin collecting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our future updates on rare and valuable coins. Now, let's get into it. The 2 Newpence coin was introduced in the United Kingdom in 1971 as part of the decimalization process when Britain moved away from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. The coin was minted in bronze and features the profile of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin, with the denomination Newpence on the reverse, alongside the badge of the Prince of Wales, designed by Christopher Ironside. However, by 1982, the term new was dropped from the reverse of the coin, and the denomination simply read 2p. This makes any coin marked Newpence from 1982 onward an interesting piece, since these were issued in error. Now, the 1988 issue we are talking about today still falls under the 2 pence category and is part of a circulation series that is particularly rare, and what makes this coin special and more valuable to collectors is its unique toning, often referred to as the green shade toning. Toning is a natural process that occurs when a coin reacts with elements in the environment, such as sulfur or moisture. Over time, a bronze coin like the 2 Newpence can develop interesting hues, ranging from brown to even green. In this case, we are focusing on a coin that has developed a greenish hue, giving it an unusual appearance. This toning isn't just a form of damage, it can actually be very appealing to certain collectors, especially if the toning has a uniform and aesthetically pleasing pattern. Coins that develop toning, particularly in shades that are uncommon like green or purple, can often become sought after because they are more unique compared to regular coins. However, the green shade must be seen as a natural toning process and not corrosion, which can decrease the value significantly. Now, let's talk about condition. Your 1988 United Kingdom 2 Newpence with green toning is in fine condition. In the world of coin grading, fine refers to a coin that has been circulated and shows visible wear, but still retains most of its major details, especially in the central design. It's a middle grade condition, which means the coin is pristine and it's still a solid collectible. As for the collector's market value, the unique factor here is the green shade toning. Without this toning, a standard 1,988 UK 2 pence coin in fine condition would typically be valued $165,000 due to its relative abundance in circulation. It's a rare date by itself, and bronze coins from this era don't generally command high premiums. However, with that green toning, you've added an extra layer of desirability to the coin. Depending on how appealing the toning is, whether it's subtle or striking, this coin could fetch anywhere $225,000 in today's market. More intense and attractive toning can even drive up demand, pushing prices higher, especially among collectors who appreciate toned coins. Next up, we're talking about a small but mighty coin that has become quite the collector's treasure, the United Kingdom 1 penny from 1992. You might think a penny is just loose change, but this bronze beauty could be worth much more than you think in today's collector market. The 1992 United Kingdom 1 penny was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and while it's just a penny to most, collectors today are starting to realize its hidden value, especially in very fine condition. But before we dive into the collector's market, let's take a closer look at its history, design, and why this coin is so significant. The 1992 penny was part of a series minted from 1971 onward when the United Kingdom switched to a decimal currency system. In the early years of this transition, pennies were struck in bronze, giving them their distinctive look. By 1992, these coins were still being made from bronze, but that would soon change, making the 1992 penny one of the last of its kind. Before the transition to copper-plated steel in 1992, on the obverse of the coin, we have the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklouf. Her Majesty faces right, and the inscription reads Elizabeth II DG, Reg. FD, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen and Defender of the Faith. The reverse, designed by Christopher Ironside, features the iconic crowned portcullis with chains, symbolizing the Palace of Westminster, surrounded by the inscription 1 penny. It's a design rich in tradition and symbolism. Now, why is this particular penny from 1992 getting attention? The main reason is scarcity combined with its material composition. Remember, 1992 was the final year the penny was made entirely of bronze before the switch to cheaper materials like copper-plated steel. This makes it one of the last traditional bronze coins minted in the UK, and collectors love that kind of historical transition. Although millions of these pennies were produced, but many of these are lost, very few have survived in very fine or better condition, especially after 3 decades of circulation. As time goes on, high-quality examples of this coin become harder to find, increasing their desirability among collectors. Condition is everything when it comes to the value of a coin. If you have a 1992 1 penny in very fine condition, you're in luck. But what does very fine mean? A coin in very fine condition shows only slight wear on the highest points of the design, but the details remain crisp and clear. The surface may have light scratches or toning, but there should be no major damage. When examining your coin, pay close attention to the Queen's portrait and the portcullis design. If the intricate details like the strands of hair on the Queen's head or the links in the chains of the portcullis are still sharp, your coin might just qualify as very fine. Now, let's talk numbers. How much is this 1992 United Kingdom 1 penny worth today in the collector market? Well, it all depends on its condition and where you're selling it. As of today, a 1992 penny in very fine condition can fetch anywhere between $80,000 in the collector market. Now, that may seem like a huge amount. If you happen to have one in even better condition, such as uncirculated, it could be worth significantly more. Prices fluctuate based on demand, the rarity of high-grade examples, and where you sell your coin dealers and collectors. Markets are all great places to find interested buyers. Some collectors even specialize in pennies from this era, which could push the value higher in the future. If you're lucky enough to have a 1992 penny in very fine condition, preserving it properly is key to maintaining or even increasing its value. Keep your coin in a protective sleeve or coin album to prevent further wear and tear. Avoid cleaning it with harsh chemicals, as this can lower its value. When you're ready to sell, make sure to do your research. Compare prices on different platforms and don't rush the process. Getting your coin graded by a professional grading service can also boost its value and make it more attractive to serious collectors. So, who would have thought that a simple 1 penny coin from 1992 could be worth so much more value today? If you've got one of these bronze beauties in your collection, you could be sitting on a big fortune, especially if it's in very fine condition. Next up, we've got something special, the George Washington $1 coin from 2007, but with a twist. It has no mint mark and it's in dirty condition. Does that affect its value in the collector market? And how much could it be worth today? Stick around to find out. In 2007, the U.S. Mint introduced the presidential $1 coin program to honor former U.S. presidents. George Washington, being the first president, was naturally the first to be featured on the coin. These coins were released in millions with mint marks from Philadelphia P, Denver D, and San Francisco S. But what if your coin doesn't have a mint mark at all? Is that a rare find? Typically, a missing mint mark can indicate that the coin was minted in Philadelphia. However, sometimes coins with missing mint marks are considered errors, which can significantly affect their value. But today, we're focusing on a George Washington $1 coin without the mint mark and in less than pristine, dirty condition. Now, before we jump into the value of this coin, let's talk about its condition. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. The grading scale ranges from poor to mint state, with each grade having a huge impact on how much the coin is worth. For a George Washington $1 coin, collectors tend to look for coins in uncirculated or near mint condition for top value. However, what about coins in dirty condition like this one? Well, a dirty coin is generally considered in circulated condition. It may have scratches, smudges, and visible wear from handling. Unfortunately, coins in this state won't fetch the highest prices, but they still have value, especially if there's something unique about them, like a missing mint mark. So how much is a 2007 George Washington $1 coin without a mint mark and in dirty condition worth today? Let's dive into the numbers. On average, a George Washington $1 coin in pristine, depending on the buyer. Remember, we're talking about a dirty coin in circulated condition. Coins in this condition tend to sell for around $250,000. Collectors might pay a bit more if they're looking for a coin with specific characteristics, like this one without a mint mark. However, don't expect a huge payday from a dirty circulated coin. Several factors influence the value of this coin. Condition is the biggest one. A coin in poor or dirty condition usually sells for lower prices, while cleaner, more preserved coins fetch more. The missing mint mark adds a little intrigue, but it's not necessarily an error in this case, just a result of the coin being minted in Philadelphia. If your coin had a rare error, like a double strike or misalignment, you'd be looking at a completely different value range. A coin with just a missing mint mark in dirty condition won't see those kinds of numbers. So, should you sell this coin now or hold on to it for the future? Here's my take. If your George Washington $1 coin is in dirty condition and lacks a mint mark, it might appreciate significantly in value over time, if you're a casual collector or you have multiple coins. On the other hand, if you're a die-hard collector or just love the history behind the coin, it might be worth holding on to. After all, George Washington is a significant figure in American history, and this coin is part of a unique program that commemorated past presidents. The 2007 George Washington $1 coin without a mint mark and in dirty condition is a great piece of history. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting with a focus on a true gem from the United Kingdom, the 1937 United Kingdom 1 penny coin in very fine condition. We'll explore its historical significance, rarity, and what makes it a prized possession among collectors. Stick around as we uncover its market value in today's dollars. The 1937 United Kingdom 1 penny coin holds a special place in British numismatic history. It was minted during the reign of King George VI, who ascended the throne in December 1936, following the abdication of his brother, King Edward VIII. This coin, therefore, marks a transitional period in British monarchy and coinage. The design of the 1937 1 penny coin was crafted by the renowned engraver Thomas Humphrey Paget. It features a seated figure of Britannia, holding a trident and shield, with the inscription 1 penny below. The reverse side displays the portrait of King George VI, surrounded by the inscription Georgievs Vidgbr Omen, FD, which stands for George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, defender of the faith. The 1937 United Kingdom 1 penny coin is considered relatively rare, especially in very fine condition. Coins from this era are not commonly found in mint condition, and those that have survived in very fine condition are highly sought after by collectors. To be classified as very fine, the the coin should exhibit moderate wear, with most of the details still visible. In this condition, you should see the design elements and legends clearly, though some high points might be slightly worn. As of today, the market value of a 1937 United Kingdom 1 penny coin in very fine condition can vary depending on several factors, including its overall appearance, luster, and provenance. On average, you can expect this coin to fetch $830,000 in the collector's market. However, prices can fluctuate based on demand, the coin's specific characteristics, and the venue of sale. The 1937 United Kingdom 1 penny in very fine condition is more than just a piece of currency, it's a historical artifact that captures a moment in British history. Its value in the collector's market reflects both its rarity and the enduring appeal of vintage coins. Next up, the most intriguing coins you might have in your collection, the 1993 Kennedy half-dollar with the P mint mark. But what sets this coin apart? Why is there a copper shade on the reverse side, especially above of the E pluribus unum? And how has this affected its value in today's collector market? Let's explore everything you need to know about this unique coin. Before we get into the specifics of the 1993 Kennedy half-dollar, let's take a quick look back at the origins of this iconic coin. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964, just a few months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The nation was mourning, and the half-dollar quickly became more than just a piece of currency, it was a symbol of legacy and tribute. Over the decades, the Kennedy half-dollar has remained one of the most collected U.S. coins, with certain years and mint marks holding significant value for collectors. So, what makes the 1993 Kennedy half-dollar with the P mint mark stand out from other years? First, let's break down the P mint mark. It indicates that this coin was minted in Philadelphia. The 1993 Kennedy half-dollar was produced in both P and D varieties, Philadelphia and Denver, respectively, but what really draws attention to the 1993 with P is a peculiar detail on the reverse side of some coins. Right above E pluribus unum on the reverse side of the coin, some collectors have noticed a copper wave shading. Look carefully, you will see it too. This color shift could be due to various factors during the minting process, such as improper alloy mixing or post-mint exposure to the environment. But whatever the cause, this unique copper shade has sparked increased interest among numismatists and collectors alike. Now, let's talk about condition, an essential factor when determining a coin's value. The term very fine, or VF for short, refers to a coin that shows moderate wear but still retains most of its finer details. On a Kennedy half-dollar, this means you can clearly see the features of President Kennedy's face and the reverse details like the eagle and the lettering, but there might be some light wear on the highest points. For this particular 1993, with P half-dollar with the copper hue, a very fine grade means it's in great shape overall, but not perfect. It's definitely still a collectible. Alright, the moment we've all been waiting for: how much is this coin worth in today's market? However, things get a lot more interesting with the unique copper shade and a very fine condition grading. For a 1993 with P Kennedy half-dollar in very fine condition, with the rare copper shading above E pluribus unum, prices is range from $1 million depending on the buyer's interest and the specifics of the coin. This is very higher than the typical value for standard half-dollars from this year because of the unique copper detail. And as always, remember that the value of any coin can vary based on market demand and the specific buyer, so if you're looking to sell. So, should you hold on to your 1993 with P Kennedy half-dollar with the copper hue, or is now the time to sell? If you're a dedicated collector, I'd say hang on to it. Unique features like the copper shading could become even more valuable over time as more collectors seek out these variations. But if you're looking to make a quick sale, now's a great time since interest in Kennedy half-dollars remains strong. So, there you have it, the 1993 with P Kennedy half-dollar with its unique copper shading above E pluribus unum is certainly a coin worth keeping an eye on. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, these small details can make a big difference in value. Next up, we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the Montello Jefferson Nickel, specifically the 1958 edition without a mint mark and in extra fine condition. We'll take a closer look at its unique features, its fascinating history, and why this particular coin is catching the attention of collectors in the market today. The Jefferson Nickel has been a staple of U.S. coinage since its introduction in 1938. It replaced the Buffalo nickel and was created to honor one of the most influential figures in American history, Thomas Jefferson. The Montello, Jefferson's Virginia state, is proudly displayed on the reverse side of the coin, a design that's been cherished for generations. But what makes the 1958 Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark so special? Let's first talk about the design. On the obverse, we have a left-facing profile of Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag, who won a national competition to create the nickel's new look back in 1938. The reverse side features a detailed image of Montello, which has remained the symbol of the Jefferson Nickel for decades. Now, here's something interesting: this specific 1958 nickel has no mint mark, meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The lack of a mint mark can often confuse collectors, but it adds a bit of intrigue to the coin's history. In 1958, around 17 million of these nickels were produced in Philadelphia. Coins in exceptional condition, like extra fine XF or better, are what really stand out to collectors. Condition is everything when it comes to coins, and this one is no exception. Coins in extra fine condition show minimal signs of wear, meaning the details of Jefferson's hair, Montello's architecture. And even the finer aspects of the lettering are still very sharp. And now, let's talk about the value. In recent years, the collector's market has seen a growing interest in well-preserved 1958 Jefferson nickels, especially those with unique flaws or extra characteristics. What makes this particular coin even more intriguing are the mysterious black dots on the reverse side, specifically near Montello. Whether it's a result of aging, a chemical reaction, or even a minting error, these black dots add character to the coin, and sometimes slight anomalies like this can increase a coin's value in the eyes of collectors who are looking for rare or unusual pieces. So what's this 1958 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in extra fine condition worth in today's market? This is important if your coin has unique features like the black dots or an unlisted error. It could sell for $410,000 or more. If you're lucky enough to own one of these coins, especially in extra fine condition, it's crucial to take good care of it. Store it in a protective, airtight holder to prevent further damage or tarnishing. So whether you're an avid coin collector or just getting started, the 1958 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in extra fine condition is a fascinating coin to add to your collection. Its unique features, combined with its historical significance, make it a valuable piece both in terms of its story and its collector's market value. Keep an eye out for these, especially if they have any rare or unusual characteristics. Next up, we're taking a look at a classic from the United Kingdom, the 10-pence coin minted in the year 2000. This small but fascinating piece of history is still widely circulated, but for collectors, condition plays a huge role in determining its value. And today we'll be exploring the current market for this coin in very fine condition and uncovering its collector's value in dollars. The United Kingdom has a rich coinage history, and the 10-pence coin is an integral part of it. But what makes this 2000 coin so special for collectors? Let's get into it. The UK 10-pence coin, introduced in 1968, was part of the decimalisation movement that swept through Britain in the late 1960s and early 1970s. For centuries, the British monetary system was based on pounds, shillings, and pence, an ancient system that was complex and difficult to use. In 1971, the UK fully embraced the decimal system, and coins like the 10-pence became fundamental in everyday transactions. But the 2000 version of the 10-pence coin holds a special place in numismatic collections, primarily due to its enduring design, metal content, and of course scarcity and high grades. On the obverse, we have the well-recognized portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, which remained a staple of UK coinage for many years. On the reverse, the traditional image of a crowned lion, a symbol of British strength and royalty, takes center stage. For those unfamiliar, very fine refers to a coin that has been in circulation but retains the majority of its design and details. While there may be slight wear on the highest points of the coin, all the key elements are still sharp and clear. For a coin that's over 2 decades old and likely saw a lot of use, this condition is impressive. Now let's talk about what everyone's here for: the market value of this coin in 2024. Even though this coin is common in lower grades, finding a 2000 UK 10-pence in very fine condition is becoming increasingly difficult, driving its value up on the collector's market. In today, the market value for a UK 10-pence coin from 2000 in very fine condition ranges $100,000. While this may seem like a fortune, another key factor is demand. While the 10-pence coin is made from precious metals, collectors still pursue it for its historical and design significance. In particular, collectors who focus on completing sets of British decimal coins often seek out high-quality examples of each year. So, is this coin a good investment? If you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 2000 UK 10-pence coin is yet valuable addition to your collection, especially in very fine condition. Its value is just tied to its monetary worth, but also to its role in British numismatic history. For beginner collectors, this coin is a great example of how everyday currency can transform into a collectible as time passes and condition becomes rare. Next up, we're talking about a coin you might have in your pocket right now, the 1980 Lincoln Memorial penny. But hold on, it's not just any penny we're focusing on. The 1980 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark, in fine condition, and uncovering whether or not this coin holds a big collector market value today. Spoiler alert, the results may surprise you. First, let's talk a bit about the history behind this coin. The Lincoln cent, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, was first issued back in 1909. That makes it one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage history. In 1959, the reverse of the penny was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, commemorating the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This design stayed in place until 2008, so if you're holding a 1980 Lincoln penny, you're looking at a piece of mid-century numismatic history. Now, about that mint mark. If your 1980 Lincoln cent doesn't have a mint mark, it means it was minted in Philadelphia. In 1980, Philadelphia didn't add a mint mark to its pennies. So, if you're wondering why there's no P on your coin, that's totally normal. Next up, let's talk about grading. If you're into coin collecting, you know that a coin's value heavily depends on its condition. Grading ranges from poor P1 all the way to mint state MS70, with multiple steps in between. For this video, we're focusing on the fine F12 grade. In fine condition, the Lincoln 1 cent from 1980 shows some wear, but overall, most of the details are still clear. Lincoln's features on the obverse, like his hair and coat, will show wear but remain visible. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse will show some wear too, but the major details should still be intact. It's not as sharp or clear as higher grades, but it's far from the worst condition. Okay, so we know what coin we're dealing with. A 1980 Lincoln penny, minted in Philadelphia, and it's in fine condition. Now, let's get to what you really want to know: how much is this coin worth today? Here's where it gets interesting. So what's the market like for the 1980 Lincoln penny without a mint mark in fine condition? As of today, if you were to take this coin to a dealer or sell it on an auction site like eBay, the price might not blow you away. In fine condition, a typical 1980 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is valued at around $76,000. Yep, you heard that right. Even over 40 years later, there are still tons of them out there in circulation. The supply is high, and as a result, the demand is relatively low, especially for coins in average circulated conditions like fine. Now, don't lose hope just yet. There are ways a 1980 Lincoln penny can be worth more, sometimes a lot more. The key factors that can drive up its value include error varieties and higher grades. Now, you might be thinking, if my 1980 Lincoln penny is worth much, why bother collecting? Well, Lincoln pennies are some of the most iconic and recognizable coins in American history. Collectors love building sets that span decades, and the sentimental value of holding a piece of history in your hands is priceless to many. Plus, it's always exciting to hunt for higher grade coins, rare error varieties, and potentially valuable pieces. Who knows? The next penny you pick up might just be a hidden treasure. Next up, we're going to take a closer look at a special Australian coin that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. We're talking about the Australia 50-cent 1984 coin in very fine condition. Stick around as we explore its history, design, rarity, and most importantly, its current collector market value in dollars. So let's start with a little background on the Australia 50-cent 1984 coin. The 50-cent piece is one of Australia's most recognizable coins, and the 1984 version holds particular significance. By this time, Australia had been using the 12-sided, copper-nickel version of the 50-cent coin for nearly a decade. This was after the original round, silver 50-cent coins were discontinued in 1969 due to their high intrinsic silver value. The 1984 Australia 50-cent coin continued the use of this 12-sided design, which helped distinguish it from other coins, both in terms of shape and feel. It's made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that unique silver-like appearance, though there's no actual silver content. Now, what's special about this 1984 version? Well, apart from being part of Australia's decimal coinage system that started in 1966, this particular coin saw wide circulation and became a staple in the pockets of many Australians. However, coins in very fine condition are not as common today, making them attractive to collectors. Let's talk about the design of the coin. On the obverse side, we have the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait shows Her Majesty wearing a tiara, a design used on many Commonwealth coins during this period. The year 1984 is prominently displayed below the portrait. Now, flipping over to the reverse, we see the Australian coat of arms, which is the defining feature of the 50-cent coin. The coat of arms includes the shield, flanked by a kangaroo and an emu, symbolizing Australia's unique wildlife. Above the shield are the 7-pointed star and the Southern Cross constellation, iconic symbols of Australia. This combination of symbolic imagery makes the coin not only a monetary piece but a representation of Australia's heritage and pride. The intricate details, especially on the animals and shield, are what collectors admire the most, even in circulated conditions. So, why is this coin particularly sought after in very fine condition? In coin collecting, condition is everything. A very fine grade means the coin has been in circulation but still retains a lot of its original details. Minor wear may be visible, particularly on the high points of the design, such as the kangaroo and queen's hair, but overall, it's still in great shape. Coins from 1984 are fairly uncommon in Australia, but finding one in very fine condition or better is getting harder as time goes by. Many have been worn down through heavy use, so when a collector comes across a very fine specimen, they know it's worth paying attention to. Alright, now to the part that you've been waiting for, the collector market value of the 1,984 Australia 50-cent coin today. This coin is particularly rare. Its value in the collector market depends on a few key factors: condition, demand, and any errors or unique features the coin may have. For a 1984 Australia 50-cent coin in very fine condition, you can expect to fetch around $400,000 now. That may seem like much at first glance, and here's an interesting fact: if you happen to come across a 1984 Australia 50-cent coin with any kind of minting error, such as an off-center strike or doubling, its value could soar much higher. So, is the 1,984 Australian 50-cent coin worth holding on to? It's a solid collectible with a growing demand, especially for those in very fine condition or better. The coin has historic significance, a beautiful design, and let's not forget, the potential for future value increases as fewer well-preserved examples remain in circulation. My advice for collectors is simple: if you come across one of these coins in great condition, hold on to it. If you're looking to buy, make sure to check its condition and always buy from reputable dealers or marketplaces. Next up, we're diving into the world of British coinage, focusing on a specific coin that has caught the attention of many collectors worldwide: the United Kingdom 2 Newpence coin from 1971, in very fine condition. Whether you're an avid collector or just curious about the value of this coin in today's market, you're in the right place. We'll explore the history of this coin, its design features, and most importantly, its value in the coin collector's market today. Let's get started. To understand the significance of the 2 Newpence 1971 coin, we first need to take a brief look at its history. This coin was part of the new decimal currency system introduced in the United Kingdom in 1971, a monumental shift from the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence, which had been in use for centuries. Decimalization simplified British currency, making calculations easier by standardizing the pound into 100 pence. The 2 Newpence coin was one of the first decimal coins to be circulated. It's important to note that these early coins featured the words new pence instead of just pence, which distinguishes them from later versions. This designation was used until 1981, after which the coin's inscription was changed to 2 pence. The design of the 1971 UK 2 Newpence coin is an elegant reflection of British tradition. On the obverse, we see a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. This portrait, designed by Arnold Machin, is iconic and was used on British coins for many years. The Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a famous piece of the royal collection. On the reverse of the coin, we see the badge of the Prince of Wales, which consists of a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with the German motto HDN, meaning I serve. This design, created by Christopher Ironside, is symbolic of the Prince of Wales's position in British heritage and was used on all 2 Newpence coins until 2008. The coin is made of bronze and weighs 7.12 grams with a diameter of 25.91 mm. It's a solid, durable coin that feels substantial in hand, which adds to its appeal for collectors. Before we get into the value, let's talk about what it means when a coin is in very fine condition. Coins are graded on a scale ranging from poor to mint state based on their condition, with very fine being a relatively high grade for a coin that has been in circulation. A coin in very fine condition will show moderate signs of wear, particularly on the highest points of the design, but the details will still be sharp and clear. The overall eye appeal of the coin remains strong, making it desirable to collectors. In the case of the 1971 UK 2 Newpence coin, a very fine condition means the Queen's portrait and the Prince of Wales badge are still well defined, though you might see slight wear on the raised areas, such as the feathers or the Queen's tiara. The fields of the coin may show light signs of wear or small marks, but there are no major scratches or blemishes. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for: the market value of the 1971 UK 2 Newpence coin in very fine condition. As of today, the value of this coin can vary based on several factors such as demand, market trends, and the rarity of coins in similar condition. That said, even though it's a rare coin, the condition you have it in very fine does increase its value slightly compared to coins in lower grades such as good or fine. For collectors looking to complete a set of decimal coins in excellent condition, a 1971 UK 2 Newpence in very fine condition is a great addition. As of recent market data, the value of a 1971 UK 2 Newpence coin in very fine condition typically ranges $210,000. While this may seem like a fortune, it's important to remember that this coin is more of a historical collectible than a rare numismatic treasure. Its value lies in its representation of the start of the decimal era in British coinage. The United Kingdom 2 Newpence 1971 coin in very fine condition is a fascinating piece of British history. While it may be the most valuable coin in your collection, it holds historical significance as part of the UK's transition to decimal currency. Next up, we're diving deep into one such coin, the United Kingdom 1 penny from the year 2000, with a distinctive black shade and we're going to reveal just how much this coin could be worth in today's collector's market. So, if you're a coin collector or just curious, stay tuned. Let's start with a little background. The United Kingdom's 1 penny coin has been a staple in British currency for centuries. But what makes the year 2000 edition stand out, especially those with a rare blackish hue? The 2000 UK penny features the famous profile of Queen Elizabeth II on one side, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. On the reverse, we see the traditional portcullis with chains, a design symbolizing the British Parliament. But now, let's focus on something different: the black shade on the penny. You might be wondering, is this black hue intentional, or could it be a result of age, oxidation, or environmental factors? When collectors talk about the black shade, they are often referring to a coin that appears to have undergone some form of toning. This dark toning can occur due to exposure to different environmental conditions, such as humidity, air pollution, or even being stored in certain materials like leather pouches. Over time, these factors can cause the copper in the penny to oxidize, leading to a blackish or dark brown patina. Interestingly, this toning, which can make the coin appear damaged at first glance, is sometimes actually a desirable feature in the eyes of collectors. Before we get to the value, it's important to clarify what fine condition means in numismatic terms. When we say a coin is in fine condition, it means the coin has been in circulation and shows noticeable wear but still retains most of its details. You'll see some smoothing around the edges of the Queen's portrait, and the portcullis might not be as sharp as it once was, but the overall design is still clear and readable. For a coin like the UK 1 penny from 2000, fine condition is common, but the black shade adds an extra layer of interest for collectors. Now, you might ask, how rare is this black shade 1 penny from 2000? While the penny itself from the year 2000 is particularly rare, the unique toning or black shade makes it stand out. Coins with unusual toning are not mass-produced, and this distinct patina could be a result of specific storage conditions. Collectors often seek out these kinds of anomalies, making a common coin much more desirable if it has an intriguing and rare characteristic like this one. Now, for the part you've all been waiting for: how much is this coin worth today? However, when you introduce the black shade into the equation, things get more interesting. Coins with rare toning can fetch anywhere from $150,000, depending on the buyer and the condition. It's worth noting that the market for toned coins can be volatile. Some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these rare finds, while others may see it as a defect. The key here is finding the right buyer who appreciates the rarity and aesthetic of the black shade. Several factors can influence the market value of this coin. Coins in fine condition with toning are more valuable than those in poor condition. The deeper and more unique the black shade, the more collectible it becomes. If you can find a buyer who appreciates toned coins, the value could increase significantly. Always ensure the toning is natural. Artificially toned coins can lose value quickly. So, should you sell your black shaded 1 penny from 2000? It depends. If you're a collector who appreciates unique coins, this might be a special piece worth keeping in your collection. On the other hand, if you're looking to make a profit, it could be worth listing on collector platforms like eBay or taking it to a coin dealer to see what offers you get. Just remember, the collector's market is always changing, so timing can be everything. The United Kingdom 1 penny from 2000 with a black shade may not be worth a fortune, but it's certainly a fascinating piece with unique characteristics that set it apart from the millions of other pennies in circulation. For collectors, its value lies not just in its monetary worth, but in its story, its rarity, and its appeal. If you happen to own one of these coins, hold on to it or explore its value in the collector's market. Who knows? You might just have a hidden gem in your pocket change. Next up, we're talking about a coin that every Kennedy enthusiast and coin collector should know about: the 1978 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark in extra fine condition. Let's break down its history, key features, and more importantly, its big value in the collector's market today. Stay tuned. The Kennedy half dollar was introduced in 1964, just a few months after President John F. Kennedy's assassination, as a tribute to the fallen president. It's a coin that not only holds historical significance, but also has become a favorite among collectors over the years. In 1978, these half dollars were struck with no silver content. They were made from a copper-nickel composition, following the trend that started in 1971 when the U.S. Mint switched from 40% silver to this more affordable metal combination. So what makes the 1978 Kennedy half dollar special? First, let's talk about its design. On the obverse, you have the iconic profile of President Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. The reverse showcases the presidential seal, designed by Frank Gasparro. The coin weighs 11.34 grams and has a diameter of 30.61 millimeters. Now, an important note: if your 1978 Kennedy half dollar has no mint mark, that means it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as Philadelphia coins in that era typically don't have mint marks. For coins produced at Denver or San Francisco, you'll see a D or S mint mark. When it comes to grading, the term extra fine refers to a coin that has seen some circulation, but still retains sharp details and a relatively clean surface. The coin will have light wear on the high points, but the luster should still be visible in the protected areas. If you're looking to sell or buy a 1978 Kennedy half-dollar in extra fine condition, you'll want to make sure that the details on Kennedy's hair, as well as the eagle's feathers on the reverse, are clearly visible with only slight wear. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for: the current market value of a 1978 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark in extra fine condition. In today's, these coins are quite popular among collectors for their historical significance and unique design. As of today, the collector's market has seen prices for this coin range between $400,000 in extra fine condition. This might sound like much, but the real value comes if your coin is in higher grades, such as uncirculated or proof condition. Here are a few tips if you're looking to add a 1978 Kennedy half-dollar to your collection or sell one you already own. First, always handle your coins with care. If you're purchasing, make sure you're buying from reputable dealers or marketplaces with a good return policy. And if you believe you have a particularly rare or high-grade coin, consider getting it professionally graded by services ensure you maximize its value in the market. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the 1978 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark is a great piece of history to own. Its value might be astronomical in extra fine condition. It holds significant sentimental and historical worth, and who knows, with the market trends, it could become even more valuable in the future. Next up, we're taking a closer look at a true American classic, the Montello Jefferson Nickel from 1952, without a mint mark and currently in very fine condition. This coin right here is not just another nickel, it carries a rich piece of American history, and you might be surprised by its value in today's collector market. So, if you have one of these in your collection or you're just curious about how much it could be worth, make sure to stick around until the end because we're about to reveal its true value in dollars. First, let's talk about the design. This Montello Jefferson Nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938. On the obverse side, we have the iconic profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. His portrait was designed by Felix Schlag, whose artistry was selected through a national competition. On the reverse, we find Jefferson's beloved estate, Montello, a beautiful symbol of his legacy. Now, the 1952 nickel without a mint mark, like the one I'm holding here, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Coins struck here do not carry a mint mark, which distinguishes them from coins produced in Denver or San Francisco this particular year, and mint make the 1952 Montello nickel a sought-after piece for collectors. So why is this nickel so special, and what makes it stand out in the world of numismatics today? Well, 1952 was a pivotal year in American history post-World War II. The country was booming, and changes in coinage were seen as a reflection of the nation's growing prosperity. The Jefferson nickel was already a beloved part of everyday life, and today it remains one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: the value of a 1952 Jefferson nickel in very fine condition, and why it's such a treasure in today's collector market. A coin in very fine condition means that while it has been circulated, it shows moderate wear and still retains most of its original design. For a 1952 nickel, you'd see some wear on Jefferson's hair and coat, but his portrait is still strong and the Montello building on the reverse is well detailed. Now, the condition of a coin greatly influences its value, and with the 1952 nickel, it's no different. So, what's the big value today? Well, prices can vary depending on the specific quality of your coin, but in very fine condition, a 1952 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark can be worth anywhere between. If you're lucky enough to have one in even better condition, such as extremely fine or uncirculated, the value can increase dramatically. And that's not all. With the coin market always fluctuating, the value of this 1952 nickel could rise even higher as more collectors seek out rare and well-preserved examples. In the past few years, we've seen an increase in interest for mid-20th century U.S. coins, which means these could become more valuable over time. So if you have one, hang on to it. If you're a proud owner of a 1952 Jefferson nickel or any collectible coin, here's a tip: make sure to store it properly. Keep it in a protective holder or a coin album away from direct sunlight and humidity. This will prevent tarnishing and help maintain its value over time. After all, you never know when the value might go up, and keeping it in pristine condition could make all the difference. We'd love to hear from you. Do you have a 1952 Jefferson nickel in your collection? Maybe you found one in your pocket change or inherited it from a family member. Let us know in the comments below. Next up, we have something special for you: the 1996 United Kingdom 10-pence coin in extra fine condition. This humble piece of currency has become a fascinating coin for collectors, and it's making waves in the market today. Stick around as we explore its design, history, and most importantly, its collector's value in dollars. The 10-pence coin is a staple of British currency, but like all coins, it has evolved over the years. The 1996 version that we are discussing today features the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maclou. This particular portrait was used on British coins from 1985 until 1997. The Queen is shown wearing the royal diadem, which she usually wore on her way to and from the state opening of Parliament. Now, let's turn the coin over to the reverse side, which is a classic British symbol. Here we see a crowned lion, which has been a symbol of England for centuries, designed by Christopher Ironside. This design was used from 1969 until 2008, when the design of the 10-pence coin was changed. The 10-pence coin from 1996 is part of the larger decimalization of British currency that took place in 1971, replacing the older pre-decimal system. Coins like this one became central to the modern currency system in the UK. Now, let's talk about the condition of the coin, which plays a crucial role in its market value. The 1996 UK 10-pence coin we're discussing today is in extra fine condition. But what does that mean? A coin in extra fine condition shows only minimal wear. You'll notice very slight rubbing on the highest points of the coin, like the crown of the lion or the highest parts of the Queen's portrait. However, all the details of the design are still crisp and clear. This means that the coin may have been in circulation, but it was handled with care or used for a very short time before being stored away. Collectors place a high value on coins in this condition, especially when they're as old as the 1996 10-pence, because they are much closer to mint condition than lower-graded coins. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1996 UK 10-pence coin valuable? Well, it all comes down to. As a result, finding a 1996 UK 10-pence coin in extra fine condition today is becoming increasingly rare. While it's one of the scarcest coins out there, the fact that it's part of the older, larger-size series of 10-pence coins makes it a desirable piece for collectors, especially those focusing on British decimal coinage. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the market value of this coin in today's collector's market. As of today, the market value of a 1996 United Kingdom 10-pence coin in extra fine condition can vary depending on where you're looking to sell or buy. Currently, a 1996 UK 10-pence in extra fine condition is typically valued $195,000. Now, you might be thinking, that's a huge amount. It's important to keep in mind that coin prices fluctuate over time based on factors like rarity, condition, and market trends. Even though the 1996 UK 10-pence may yet be considered a highly sought-after rare coin, and it holds a unique position in collections focusing on the older, larger coinage of the UK, which makes it a worthy addition to any collection. So, why should you consider adding the 1996 UK 10-pence coin to your collection? Well, there are a few reasons. First, it represents a significant era in British numismatics, coming from a time before the designs were modernized. The coin itself is a nod to traditional British symbolism with its lion and crown design. Second, its increasing rarity in extra fine condition means that it will likely continue to grow in value over time. While it's still relatively affordable now, coins like this can appreciate as fewer examples remain in circulation. Finally, if you're a fan of British coins or even coins that symbolize national heritage, this one is a great piece to include. It tells a story of British currency from the late 20th century and is a perfect representation of the decimalized coinage system that replaced centuries of old money. Next up, we're diving deep into a classic US coin, one that you might even have in your collection, a 1986 Lincoln 1 cent with no mint mark, in fine condition, and with those interesting black spots. We're going to explore its history, its significance in the world of numismatics, and most importantly, its current value in today's collector market. Could this humble penny be worth more than you think? Stay tuned to find out. Let's start with some background. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln Memorial Cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The reverse of the penny displayed the Lincoln Memorial from 1959 until 2008, after which it was replaced by various designs for Lincoln's bicentennial. These coins were made primarily from copper-plated zinc. The 1986 Lincoln cent without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. It's the unique condition and potential errors that make some more valuable than others. Now, you might be wondering, what's up with these black spots? Are they a good thing or a bad thing for collectors? Well, black spots on coins can develop over time due to environmental factors, such as exposure to moisture, oils from handling, or even the metal's reaction to its surroundings. For this 1986 penny, black spots aren't necessarily considered an error, but they can impact the coin's grade and value. While some collectors seek out pristine coins, others may find beauty in the wear and tear of these older pennies, viewing them as relics of their journey through decades of history. When we talk about fine condition, we're referring to a coin that shows moderate signs of circulation. The details on Abraham Lincoln's portrait are still visible, but there will be wear on his hair and face, and some flattening of the features. The reverse side, showing the Lincoln Memorial, will also have some wear, especially on the finer details like the steps of the monument. A fine condition coin like this one still holds value for collectors, though it won't reach the high premiums of uncirculated or mint state examples. However, certain unique characteristics, like the absence of a mint mark and black spots, could add to its appeal for specific buyers. So, let's get to the question that's on everyone's mind: what is this 1986 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark worth in today's market? As of today, in fine black spots condition, its value usually sits around $110,000. Before you feel discouraged, let's talk about why certain factors can increase its value. Additionally, coins with noticeable errors like misstrikes, off-centers, or doubling can sometimes be sold for higher prices, depending on the severity of the error and interest from collectors. So, what should you do if you find a 1986 penny with black spots in your collection? First, handle it carefully. Consider cleaning it professionally if you think the spots might be removable, but be cautious as cleaning can sometimes decrease a coin's value. And always store your coins in a safe, dry place to avoid further damage. For serious collectors or those looking to sell, getting your coin appraised by a professional or graded by a service can help you determine its true value and desirability in the market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the world of coins is full of hidden treasures, and who knows, that humble penny in your pocket could be worth more than you think. Next up, exploring the 50-cent coin from 2001. This iconic coin holds a lot more than face value. If you're a collector or thinking of becoming one, you'll want to stick around as we reveal its current market value in dollars and what makes this coin stand out. Australia's 50-cent coins are instantly recognizable, not just for their distinctive shape but also for their historical significance. The Australian 50-cent coin is dodecagonal or 12-sided, which makes it stand out from the round coins most of us are used to. The coin itself was first introduced in 1966, but today we'll be focusing on the 2001 version in very fine condition. This specific coin was released in 2001 to commemorate the centenary of Federation, which marked 100 years since Australia became a federation of states in 1901. But what's special about the 2001 Australia 50-cent coin? What makes this coin so unique is its commemorative design. The reverse side of the coin shows the Australian coat of arms, featuring a kangaroo and an emu. However, unlike regular 50-cent coins, the 2001 version has several variants, each representing one of the Australian states or territories. There were 9 different versions of the 2001 Australia 50-cent coin released. 8 of them featured the coat of arms of individual states and territories, while the 9th showed the standard coat of arms for the nation. Collectors love these variants because they offer a unique glimpse into Australian history and its political evolution. Now, before we dive into the current market value, let's talk about the condition of the coin. When we say very fine condition, what does that actually mean? In numismatic terms, a coin in very fine VF condition shows moderate wear on the highest points of the design, but the overall details are still sharp and well preserved. There may be some minor scratches or signs of circulation, but nothing too major. This is considered a desirable condition for collectors because it balances affordability with good quality. When you're evaluating a 2001 Australia 50-cent coin, look for light wear on the animals in the coat of arms or the edges of the coin. If the design is mostly intact and the details are clear, you're likely looking at a coin in very fine condition. Alright, now to the part everyone is waiting for: the value. As of today, the 2001 Australian 50-cent coin in very fine condition holds a collector market value that might surprise you. The value of this coin can range from about $400,000, depending on the specific state variant and the demand for that particular version. Coins representing less populous states or territories, like the Northern Territory or Tasmania, may fetch a slightly higher price due to their relative scarcity compared to the more common designs. Meanwhile, the national coat of arms variant is more widely available and typically sits at the lower end of the value spectrum. It's important to remember that coin values can fluctuate over time, especially as more collectors come into the market. The rarity, demand, and condition of the coin will all impact its final sale price. So why do collectors love this coin so much? Aside from its commemorative nature, the 2001 Australia 50-cent coin represents an important moment in Australian history. The centenary of Federation was a monumental milestone for the country, and owning a piece of that history is special for many collectors, especially those who love Australian numismatics. Furthermore, the wide range of designs from each state and territory makes it an exciting series to collect. Having a coin in very fine condition can help elevate the prestige of that collection. If you're looking to buy or sell the 2001 50-cent coin, here are a few tips. First, always check the condition closely. Even small differences in wear can impact the value significantly. It's also a good idea to buy from reputable dealers to ensure you're getting an authentic coin. Finally, if you're selling, try to target collectors who are missing specific state variants, as they may be willing to pay a premium. When listing the coin for sale, be sure to clearly state the condition and include high-quality images so potential buyers can evaluate the coin themselves. And of course, keep an eye on the market for any shifts in demand. In conclusion, the 2001 Australian 50-cent coin is much more than a simple piece of currency. Whether you're a history buff, a coin collector, or just someone looking for a unique investment, this coin has a lot to offer. Its value may be astronomical today. Who knows? As time passes, these coins could continue to grow, and their market value might increase too. Next up, we're talking about a coin that may not seem like much at first glance, but in the world of collectors, it's a hidden gem. That coin is the United Kingdom 2 pence from 2008 in extra fine condition. The 2 pence coin was introduced as part of the decimalization of the UK's currency system, which began in 1971. For decades, it featured the famous Newpence inscription. However, in 1982, this was changed to 2 pence, but why is the 2008 coin so special, you ask? In 2008, the United Kingdom made a huge change in the design of its coinage. This is when the coins adopted a new reverse design that, when placed together, form a shield of the royal arms. The 2 pence coin, however, retains the image of the segment that shows the upper left quadrant of the shield. What's unique about the 2008 version is its transitional significance. This design is part of a broader shift in UK coinage, making this coin a crucial part of any collection that documents these changes. Now, let's talk about the condition. As many of you seasoned collectors know, condition is everything in the world of coins. When we refer to extra fine condition, we're talking about a coin that has seen minimal circulation. In other words, it's been handled but shows only slight wear on the highest points. For a coin to be graded as extra fine or XF, the details of the design must remain sharp and the overall surface should have only a light sheen of wear. On the 2008 UK 2 pence, you'll still see strong, clear lines in the royal arms segment, and the Queen's portrait on the obverse will be well preserved, with just slight wear on the highest points like her crown and the rim of the coin. So, how much is this coin worth today, you ask? Well, here's where things get really interesting. As of today, the collector's market has been placing a notable value on coins like the 2008 UK 2 pence, especially in higher grades like extra fine. This is primarily because of its unique design, its place in a transitional period of UK coinage, and the fact that it's still relatively uncommon to find in such good condition. In the current market, an extra fine condition 2008 UK 2 pence can fetch $95,000 depending on demand and availability. While that might sound like a fortune, remember, for a coin that originally had a face value of just 2 pence, that's a huge leap. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for this coin because of its historical significance and the fact that finding one in such pristine condition is rare. Plus, as time goes on, these coins are only expected to become more valuable, especially as collectors complete sets of the 2008 redesigns. If you're a collector looking to add a significant yet affordable piece to your collection, the 2008 UK 2 pence is a great choice. Not only is it a beautifully designed coin, but it also represents a unique chapter in the history of British currency. Its affordability, even in extra fine condition, makes it accessible to both novice and experienced collectors alike. Whether you're building a collection of UK coins or simply appreciate the finer details in transitional coinage designs, the 2008 UK 2 pence is an excellent investment. Now, as with all collectible coins, the key is patience. Over time, coins like this one often increase in value as they become harder to find in high-grade conditions. Next up, we have a really exciting coin to discuss: the 1964 United Kingdom 3 pence, also known as the threepenny bit. This 3 pence coin is made of nickel brass and has a distinct yellow color, which makes it stand out in any collection. But what really makes this coin special is its collector value today. So if you've got one in very fine condition, you could be sitting on a big fortune. Let's start by diving into the history of the 3 pence coin. The British 3 pence coin, also known as a threepenny bit, has been a part of British currency for centuries, but the nickel brass version was introduced in 1937 and was used up until 1970. However, the coin we'll be talking about today, minted in 1964, has a few unique features. During the 1960s, the British currency was still using the old pre-decimal system, so the 3 pence was equivalent to 1/4 of a shilling or 1/80th of a pound. These coins were small but mighty in value at the time. Widely used across the UK, the coin we're looking at today from 1964 was one of the final issues before the transition to decimalization, which makes it even more collectible. Now, let's talk about the design of this coin. The 1964 UK 3 pence is made from nickel brass, giving it that iconic yellowish color. It weighs about 6.8 grams and has a diameter of 21 mm. The coin has a dodecagonal or 12-sided shape, which makes it instantly recognizable. On the obverse side, we have the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II. This portrait was designed by sculptor Mary Gillick and was used on all UK coins from 1953 until 1967. The inscription around the portrait reads Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina FD, which stands for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse side, you'll find the classic design of a Tudor portcullis, which is a heavy gate used in medieval castles. Above the portcullis is the inscription 3 pence, and below it is the year of minting, 1964. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, what's the collector market value of this coin today? Well, the 1964 3 pence in very fine condition can fetch a surprisingly high price in today's market. Even though it's the rarest coin out there, its unique design, historical significance, and condition all contribute to its value. For a coin in very fine condition, which means it shows minor wear but still retains most of its design details, the value can range from $79,000. Prices can fluctuate based on the condition of the coin, the rarity of the specific year, and the current market trends. Coins in better condition with sharper details will naturally fetch a higher price. Always keep in mind that values can change over time, so it's a good idea to stay updated with the market. So why is the 1964 3 pence so valuable to collectors today? Well, there are a few reasons. First, as we mentioned, 1964 was one of the last years of the pre-decimal currency system in the UK. This makes it part of a disappearing era in British coinage, which adds historical significance. Second, the coin's unique 12-sided design and nickel-brass composition make it stand out in any collection. Third, coins from this period in very fine condition are becoming harder to find, making them more desirable for collectors. If you're lucky enough to own a 1964 UK 3 pence coin, you'll want to make sure it's properly preserved to maintain its value. Here are a few tips on how to store and grade your coin. First, avoid touching the coin with your bare hands. The oils from your skin can cause damage over time. Use gloves or handle the coin by its edges. Second, store the coin in a protective holder or album to prevent it from getting scratched or tarnished. If you're serious about knowing the true value of your coin, consider having it graded by a professional coin grading service. Grading can help confirm the condition and authenticity of your coin, which can significantly increase its value. So, there you have it, the 1964 UK 3 pence nickel brass coin. It's a small coin with big potential value, especially if it's in very fine condition or better. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, coins like this are always a great addition to any collection because of their historical significance and rising demand in today's collector market. Remember, if you think you have one of these coins lying around, take a closer look. You might just have a valuable piece of history in your hands. Next up, we're taking a closer look at a beautiful and historic coin, the 2001 Sakaga golden dollar coin with the P mint mark in very fine condition. If you've got one of these treasures, you might be wondering just how much it's worth in today's collector market. Well, stick around because we're going to break down the history, design, and market value of this iconic coin. Let's start with the history. The Sakaga Dollar was first minted in 2000 by the United States Mint and became the first coin in US history to feature a Native American woman. Sakaga, a Shoshone woman, played a crucial role as a guide and interpreter for the Lewis and Clark expedition in the early 1800s. Her likeness on the coin celebrates her legacy and contributions to American history. But why a golden coin? The U.S. Mint aimed to replace the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar coin with something more visually striking, and thus the golden dollar was born. Don't be fooled though, this coin is not made of real gold. It's a blend of copper, manganese, brass, and zinc, giving it that shiny golden hue. Let's talk about the design. The obverse or front side of the coin was designed by renowned sculptor Glenna Goodacre. It shows a powerful image of Sakaga with her infant son Jean-Baptiste on her back. This symbolizes her role as both a mother and a crucial figure in American exploration. The reverse side, designed by Thomas D. Rogers SR, features a bald eagle soaring through the sky, an iconic symbol of the United States. Surrounding the eagle are the inscriptions United States of America and E pluribus unum, with the coin's denomination $1. Now, let's dive into the specifics of this 2001 Sakaga dollar with the P mint mark. That P you see on the coin stands for the Philadelphia Mint, which produced millions of these coins. While Sakaga dollars were also minted in Denver and San Francisco, the Philadelphia Mint is known for its large-scale production, making coins with the P mint mark widely available in circulation. However, in very fine condition, the coin we're talking about today has something special. A very fine grade means the coin has seen some circulation but still retains sharp details in its design. In this condition, it's a piece that would appeal to both collectors and history lovers. So what exactly qualifies as very fine condition? In a very fine grade, you'll notice that some wear is present, especially on Sakaga's face and the eagle's feathers. However, most of the important design details remain sharp. The letters should be crisp, and the rim of the coin should still be well defined. If your 2001 Sakaga dollar fits this description, it's time to find out how much it could be worth in today's market. Now, the question on everyone's mind, what is this 2001 Sakaga dollar with the P mint mark worth today? Well, in very fine condition, these coins typically fetch around $410,000 in the collector market. That's a slight premium over face value. But if you've got one in pristine, if you have an error coin like a double strike, an off-center strike, or a planchet flaw, its value could be significantly higher, depending on the rarity and type of error. If you're looking to sell or buy one of these coins, here are a few tips. Make sure the coin is authentic and graded by a reputable coin grading service if you're dealing with high-value coins. The better the condition, the higher the value. Look for coins with minimal wear, sharp details, and clean surfaces. Coin values fluctuate, so always check the latest market trends on numismatic websites or consult a local dealer for current prices. In conclusion, the 2001 Sakaga Golden Dollar with the P mint mark, it's still a beautiful piece of American history that has a special place in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're holding on to it for its historical significance or hoping to profit from its value, it's a coin that reminds us of the incredible journey of Sakaga and the spirit of exploration that shaped America. Next up, we're focusing on a coin that's a gem of British history and a prized piece for collectors, the United Kingdom 1-penny coin from 1935. We'll explore its history, significance, and current market value. So grab your magnifying glasses and let's get started. The 1935 United Kingdom 1-penny coin is a remarkable piece with a rich historical backdrop. Introduced during the reign of King George V, this coin was part of a series that featured the king's effigy. The year 1935 was notable as it marked the silver jubilee of King George V, celebrating 25 years on the throne. This particular penny coin was struck at the Royal Mint in London. It has a diameter of 30.8 mm and weighs 9.4 grams, made from bronze, which was the standard for British pennies of that era. The obverse of the coin displays a left-facing profile of King George V, while the reverse features a design by Percy Metcalfe, depicting a seated figure of Britannia. Why is the 1935 penny so significant in the world of coin collecting? Firstly, its design and historical context make it a sought-after item. The coin symbolizes stability and continuity in British history during the early 20th century. It represents a period of relative peace and prosperity in the UK before the tumultuous years leading up to World War II. Additionally, the 1935 penny is part of a series commemorating the King's Silver Jubilee. These coins were minted in relatively limited quantities, but the 1935 penny has become particularly desirable due to its association with this important royal milestone. Now, let's talk numbers. The value of a 1935 United Kingdom 1-penny coin can vary significantly based on its condition. In very fine condition, where the coin shows signs of light wear but all details are still clear and well-defined, it holds considerable value for collectors. As of today, a 1935 penny in very fine condition typically ranges in value $980,000. This can fluctuate depending on market trends, the specific grading of the coin, and its provenance. Coins in better condition or those with unique characteristics, such as a particularly well-struck example or one with minimal wear, can command higher prices. The 1935 United Kingdom 1-penny coin is just a piece of currency. It's a piece of history that continues to captivate collectors around the world. Its value, especially in very fine condition, reflects its historical importance and desirability among numismatists. Next up, we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the 1976 bicentennial U.S. $1 coin. This piece commemorates the 200th anniversary of American independence, a significant moment in history. But how does this special edition coin fare in today's collector market? If you own one or plan to collect it, this is a video you don't want to miss. Let's explore the fascinating history, features, and current value of the 1976 bicentennial dollar coin in MS-30 condition. To fully appreciate the value of this coin, it's important to understand its history. 1976 marked a monumental celebration of America's 200th birthday, the bicentennial of the Declaration of Independence. To honor this, the United States Mint released a special series of coins, including the $1, half dollar, and quarter, all bearing a unique bicentennial design. The dollar coin, also known as the Eisenhower dollar, replaced the traditional reverse design with a depiction of the Liberty Bell superimposed on the moon. This imagery is a nod to both American freedom and the space race, a key part of U.S. identity in the 1970s. It's a symbol of independence, progress, and national pride. The obverse of the 1976 dollar features President Dwight D. Eisenhower, just like previous dollar coins minted from 1971. However, the reverse is what makes this coin truly special. Designed by Dennis R. Williams, it shows the Liberty Bell alongside an image of the moon, symbolizing America's leadership in space exploration and its enduring values of liberty and freedom. This bicentennial dollar was struck in two compositions, copper nickel-clad and a special 40% silver-clad version. The coin without a mint mark, like the one we're discussing today, was primarily struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and it's the copper-nickel version we'll focus on in this video. When it comes to determining the value of any coin, condition is key. Grading ranges from poor P1 all the way to perfect MS-70. The Mississippi stands for mint state, meaning the coin has never been in circulation and has retained its original mint luster. However, at MS30, the coin is considered a low-level mint state, which indicates it has some wear or lack of luster compared to higher-grade coins. In MS30 condition, you'll still find the details of the coin intact, but it won't be as visually striking as an MS65 or MS70 example. Nonetheless, it's a solid collectible for enthusiasts looking to own a piece of history without breaking the bank. Now, the big question, what's the 1976 bicentennial dollar coin worth today, particularly in MS30 condition? The value of this coin varies based on factors like condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. Let's break down the market for this particular coin. As of today, the bicentennial dollar without a mint mark in MS30 condition typically fetches between $400,000 on the collector market. The lower price range is for coins with slightly less eye appeal, while coins in better shape can command higher prices. While Mississippi 30 isn't as highly sought after as its MS65 or MS70 counterparts, it's still a cherished collectible due to its historical significance. So what are the factors that influence the value of a 1976 bicentennial dollar in MS30 condition? Let's go over them. Condition, even within MS grades, condition can vary. Scratches, blemishes, and luster impact the price. Historical appeal, because this coin commemorates a major U.S. milestone, its appeal will always be higher than standard issue coins. Mintage numbers, while limited of bicentennial dollars were minted, demand remains steady, especially for higher grade coins. Those without mint marks tend to be more common, but are still desired by collectors. Market trends. Coin markets can fluctuate based on global economic conditions and collector interest. Right now, interest in bicentennial memorabilia is holding strong. For those wondering whether this coin is a good investment, here's what you need to consider. The 1976 bicentennial dollar in MS30 condition isn't likely to skyrocket in value over the next few years, but it does have steady growth potential. Collectors of American history and bicentennial-themed items ensure there's always a market for these coins. If you're looking to invest in a more valuable version, you may want to search for higher-grade MS65 or MS70 coins, or even the silver-clad versions, which tend to carry a premium due to their composition and rarity. In conclusion, the 1976 bicentennial $1 coin is a unique and important piece of American numismatic history. While an MS30 condition coin may break the bank, it's still a worthy addition to any collection, especially for history buffs and patriotic collectors. Its steady market value and historical significance make it a solid piece to hold on to for the future. Next up, we've got a fascinating coin for you, an iconic Montello Jefferson Nickel from 1982 with the Denver Mint mark and an interesting twist, black dots on the reverse side. This coin is in extra fine condition, and we're going to explore everything about its history, rarity, and most importantly, its collector value in today's market. Let's get into it. The Jefferson Nickel is one of America's most recognizable coins, featuring the third U.S. President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse or head side and his famous home Montello on the reverse. First minted in 1938, it replaced the Buffalo nickel and was designed by Felix Schlag, who won a national competition with this design. The coin has remained largely unchanged in appearance for decades, although there have been some significant updates to the design over the years. The 1982 with D nickel, specifically, is part of a series minted during a time of economic challenges, with the U.S. still recovering from the inflation and recessions of the 1970s. Like other Jefferson nickels, it was made primarily of copper and nickel, with a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This particular coin was minted at the Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark you see just to the right of Jefferson's portrait. It's important to note that 1982 was a transitional year for the U.S. Mint. Due to metal shortages, they reduced the amount of new coins produced that year, making some of these coins, like this one, particularly interesting for collectors. Now let's talk about the reverse side of the coin, which features Montello, Jefferson's stately Virginia home. What makes this particular coin stand out are the unusual black dots or markings on the reverse side. These black dots are often attributed to post-mint damage or environmental factors. Coins like this may have been exposed to moisture, heat, or chemical reactions, leading to oxidation or discoloration. Sometimes collectors find these imperfections intriguing as they add uniqueness to the coin. However, it's important to remember that such markings can impact the coin's grade and value. These dots don't appear to be part of the original minting process, but rather developed over time. Depending on the severity and size of the marks, it could either detract from the coin's value or give it a special place among collectors who appreciate coins with unique characteristics. When we talk about a coin being in extra fine condition, we're referring to its grading, a key factor in determining the value of a coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. A coin in extra fine, or EF condition, generally falls in the range of 40 to 45 on this scale. It means the coin has seen some circulation, but most of its details are still sharp and visible. For the 1982 with D. Jefferson Nickel in extra fine condition, the high points on Jefferson's hair and Montello will show slight wear, but most of the fine details are intact. You'll also notice the luster on the coin hasn't completely worn away, giving it a nice sheen that collectors love. The black dots, while noteworthy, don't significantly lower the grade here because they don't interfere with the major details of the design. Alright, now for the part you've all been waiting for, the current collector market value of this unique 1982 with D. Jefferson Nickel. As of today, Jefferson Nickels from the 1980s don't typically fetch high prices unless they're in pristine, uncirculated condition or have some rare error. However, a 1982 with D nickel in extra fine condition like this one can be significance valued depending on the severity of the markings and the overall appeal to collectors. However, if the coin's black dots or other unique features attract the right buyer, someone interested in collecting coins with distinctive imperfections, there could be room for a $390,000 sale. While we wouldn't classify this coin as a rare or high-value item, its collector appeal lies in its interesting condition and the context of its minting year. So, is this 1982 with D. Jefferson Nickel with black dots worth collecting? Absolutely, especially if you're someone who appreciates the unique qualities and history of U.S. coins. While it may have sky-high market value, it still holds sentimental and educational value, especially for beginner collectors looking to build a diverse portfolio. The fascinating part of coin collecting is that every piece tells a story. This nickel is not just a 5-cent piece, it's a little slice of American history with a quirky twist. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of British coins, specifically the large 1997 50-pence coin from the United Kingdom. This is one coin that's been gaining a lot of attention from collectors, and we're going to break down why it's so special and what kind of value it holds in today's collector market, especially in extra fine condition. So, let's get into it. Before we get into the value, let's take a quick trip down memory lane to understand the background of the 1997 50-pence coin. This coin holds a special place in British numismatics. In 1997, the Royal Mint made a big change. They decided to resize the 50-pence coin. The old, larger version was too big and heavy for daily transactions, so they reduced its size to the smaller version we know today. The large 50-pence coin minted before this change was in circulation from 1969 to 1997, and 1997 was its final year of production. While the smaller version took over, the larger 50-pence coins were slowly phased out and withdrawn from circulation. That's why the large 1997 coin is significant. It marks the end of an era. Collectors see this as a transitional coin, which often boosts its appeal in the numismatic world. Now, let's talk about the design of the 1997 large 50-pence coin, which makes it stand out even more. On the obverse side, we have the familiar image of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. His portrait of the Queen was introduced that same year, and it is recognized for its detailed and elegant depiction of Her Majesty. This portrait was used on British coins from 1997 until 2015, and this 50-pence coin was one of the first to feature it. The reverse of the coin showcases the classic image of Britannia, a symbol of strength and unity. Designed by Christopher Ironside, Britannia is seen seated beside a lion, holding a trident and shield. This powerful imagery has deep roots in British history, symbolizing the nation's enduring spirit and protection of the seas. The coin's weight is 13.5 grams, and it's made of a copper-nickel composition, giving it a durable yet attractive shine. Its diameter is 30 millimeters, significantly larger than today's 50-pence coins, making it an eye-catching piece for any collection. So why is this 1997 large 50-pence coin so appealing to collectors? First, it's all about rarity. Since it was the last year of issue for the larger size 50-pence, this coin stands out as a last-of-its-kind item, and coins marking the end of a minting style or size often become sought after. Although limited of these coins were minted, most of them were withdrawn from circulation and melted down, making surviving examples in excellent condition, like extra fine or uncirculated, much harder to come by. The large 1997 50-pence is considered semi-scarce in higher grades, which naturally pushes up its demand in the collector market. For those who appreciate the artistry and history of British coinage, this coin represents both a shift in modern minting practices and a tribute to classic British symbols. Its larger size makes it a standout addition in any collection, especially when compared to the smaller coins that followed. Alright, let's get to the most exciting part. What is the big value of the 1997 large 50-pence coin in today's market, especially in extra fine condition? As of today, the value of this coin can vary based on a few key factors: condition, demand, and whether it's part of a complete set. In extra fine condition, meaning the coin shows only minor signs of wear with its details still sharply defined, it's considered a premium piece. Currently, in the coin collector market, An extra fine 1,997 large 50 pence coin can fetch anywhere $235,000. Is the 1,997 large 50 pence coin a good investment? If you're a collector looking to hold on to a piece of British history that symbolizes a transitional moment in the country's coinage, then absolutely yes. While this coin is considered ultra-rare, it is semi-scarce in higher grades like extra fine or uncirculated. That means its value could appreciate over time, especially as older British coinage continues to be popular among international collectors. Furthermore, coins from Queen Elizabeth II's reign are becoming increasingly collectible as people look back on her historic legacy, and this 1,997 large 50 pence coin is a great way to own a piece of that era. Next up, we're zooming in on a specific penny that many of you might have overlooked, the 1,978 Lincoln 1 cent with D mint mark. What's even more interesting, this coin has some black spots on the obverse side, and we'll explore how that affects its value, especially in fine condition. Could this be a hidden treasure sitting in your collection? Let's find out. Before we dive into the value, let's talk a bit about this coin. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation since 1909. It features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and has become one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. history. The year 1978 was no exception for the Lincoln cent, but what makes this specific coin unique is the D mint mark, which means it was minted at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint produced 4.3 billion pennies that year, so it's an incredibly rare coin on its own. Condition and certain unique factors like toning and damage can significantly impact its collector value, and that's exactly what we'll discuss today. When we talk about coins and their value, condition plays a huge role. The term fine condition is a grade on the coin grading scale. A coin in fine condition typically shows some signs of wear, especially on the higher parts of the design, but the major details are still clear. For the 1978 with D Lincoln cent in fine condition, you'll see that Lincoln's hair and facial details are a bit worn down, but the overall design is still visible. The reverse side, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, will also show wear, but the main elements are still intact. Now, here's where things get really interesting: the black spots on the obverse side of the coin. These spots are likely caused by environmental exposure or oxidation, which happens when the metal reacts with elements like moisture or air over time. Some collectors may view these black spots as damage, and in many cases they can reduce a coin's value. However, some collectors find these spots, or what's called toning, visually appealing or unique, especially if they form in interesting patterns. Toning can sometimes increase the value of a coin depending on the demand in the market. Negatively, if the spots are seen as corrosion or damage. Positively, if a collector finds them aesthetically interesting or rare. So, what's the collector market value of a 1978 with D Lincoln cent with black spots in fine condition? Let's break it down. As of today, most 1978 with D Lincoln pennies in fine condition with black spots present on your coin can have a mixed effect. In some cases, a penny with unique toning or spots can go for a higher price, up to $140,000 if a collector sees it as a curiosity or wants to add something different to their collection. But in most cases. Now let's talk about factors that could impact the value of your 1978 with D Lincoln cent with black spots in the future. As we mentioned earlier, if the trend for collecting toned coins or coins with unique visual characteristics continues to grow, your penny with black spots could potentially increase in value. While 1978 with D Lincoln cents are rare, finding one in pristine condition is getting harder. If fewer of these coins remain in circulation, even lower-grade coins like yours might see a slight uptick in value over time. Although post-1982 pennies switched to primarily zinc, the 1978 pennies were made from a copper alloy, which has its own unique appeal to collectors. So, should you sell your 1978 with D Lincoln cent with black spots now or hold on to it? Well, if you're just looking for a small profit, you can easily sell it online or to a local coin shop for a modest price. However, if you're a long-term collector or just curious to see how the market evolves, it might be worth holding on to this unique piece of numismatic history. The 1978 with D Lincoln cent with black spots. While it may be the most valuable coin in your collection, it certainly has its own story to tell. Whether you're just starting out as a coin collector or you're a seasoned numismatist, keep an eye on these seemingly common coins because you never know what the future holds. Next up, we're taking a closer look at a very special piece, the Australia 50 cent 1982 Commonwealth Games coin. This coin not only commemorates a major event in Australia's history, but has also become a prized possession in the world of coin collecting. So, what makes this coin so special, and what's its current collector market value in today's world? Let's find out. The 1982 Commonwealth Games, also known as the XII Commonwealth Games, was a monumental event for Australia. Held in Brisbane from September 30th to October 9th, it attracted athletes from all over the Commonwealth, marking a major moment of unity, sportsmanship, and global attention on Australia. To commemorate this historic event, the Royal Australian Mint produced a special 50-cent coin. The coin celebrates the 12th edition of the Commonwealth Games, and its design is a reflection of the game's spirit, featuring a bold and eye-catching image that stands out even today. The coin's design was created by Stuart Devlin, an acclaimed artist and designer who was also responsible for many of Australia's coin designs during the 20th century. The reverse side of the coin features an athlete holding a flaming torch, surrounded by a wreath, a symbol of victory and unity. The obverse side of the coin, like most Australian coins, showcases the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. This particular 50-cent coin has a unique shape with 12 sides, known as a dodecagon, which was introduced to the 50-cent Australian coins in 1969. The coin is made from copper nickel, giving it a distinctive silver color. Now, let's talk about what really gets collectors excited: the market value of this coin today. For collectors, condition is everything. The coin we're discussing today is in very fine condition. In numismatic terms, very fine refers to a coin that shows some wear, especially on the high points of the design, but retains the majority of its detail and appeal. On average, the 1982 Commonwealth Games 50-cent coin in very fine condition is valued between $400,000. This value can fluctuate depending on factors such as demand, market conditions, and the coin's actual appearance. Now, you might be wondering, why does this coin hold value beyond just being a piece of currency? It commemorates a major international event, the Commonwealth Games, which alone makes it desirable among collectors of sports memorabilia and historic coins. It's part of Australia's rich coinage history. The Royal Australian Mint is renowned for producing some of the world's most iconic and collectible coins, and this 1982 release is no exception. Its unique 12-sided shape and detailed design set it apart from standard coins, making it both visually appealing and sought after by numismatists worldwide. While it may be the rarest coin, its connection to a significant event in Australian history, combined with its distinctive design, makes it a favorite among both beginner and seasoned collectors alike. If you're looking to add the 1982 Commonwealth Games 50-cent coin to your collection, or even upgrade your current piece, here are a few tips. Check condition as always. The coin's condition plays a huge role in determining its value. Look for coins with minimal wear and clear details, especially in the athlete's figure and Queen Elizabeth's portrait. Buy from reputable sellers. Whether you're purchasing online or in person, make sure you're dealing with reputable dealers or sellers. Look for bundles. Sometimes these coins are sold in bundles along with other commemorative Australian coins. This can be a great way to expand your collection while getting a good deal. The Australia 50-cent Commonwealth Games 1982 coin is not just a small piece of metal, it's a piece of history, a collector's item, and a testament to Australia's love for sports and unity. If you've got one of these coins in your collection, consider yourself lucky. And if you're still looking for one, it's definitely a coin worth hunting down, whether you're a coin enthusiast or just starting your collection. Remember, the value of coins can increase over time, especially those linked to significant events or minted in limited quantities. So who knows, your 1982 Commonwealth Games 50-cent coin could be worth even more in the years to come. Next up, we're taking a closer look at a fascinating coin from the United Kingdom, the 2015 United Kingdom 2 pence in extra fine condition. If you're a coin collector or just curious about how much this coin is worth in today's market, stay tuned. Before we get into the current market value, let's take a moment to appreciate this coin's history, design, and significance. The United Kingdom 2 pence coin has been part of British coinage since the decimalisation of the UK's currency in 1971. Decimalisation was a major change for the British monetary system, replacing the old pound, shilling, and pence system with a more simplified version. The 2 pence coin became an important part of everyday transactions in the UK. The 2 pence coin that we're talking about today is from 2015, a year that doesn't stand out for minting errors or special editions, but that doesn't mean it's not valuable in the eyes of collectors. The coin itself features the familiar design on the obverse with the 5th definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Jody Clark. This portrait is iconic as it captures Her Majesty in a very realistic and detailed manner. On the reverse, you'll find the badge of the Prince of Wales, which has been the symbol on 2 pence coins for decades. The badge includes the famous plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, with the German motto HDN, meaning I serve. So, what does extra fine condition mean for this particular 2015 UK 2 pence coin? Coin grading is key when it comes to determining the value. An extra fine condition refers to a coin that has only light wear on its high points, with almost all of the design details clearly visible. There are no major scratches or damages, and overall, it has a sharp and attractive appearance. To put things into perspective, an extra fine coin sits just below uncirculated in terms of condition, meaning it has seen some circulation but has been very well preserved. This is crucial because collectors often seek coins that retain much of their original detail, and extra fine coins meet that demand. Now, you might be wondering, why would a 2015 United Kingdom 2 pence be valuable to collectors? The key lies in the coin's condition and its appeal to set collectors. Many collectors are looking to complete sets of UK decimal coinage, and coins in excellent condition like this one are highly sought after. It's just about rare dates. Condition plays a huge role in driving the value of more modern coins as well. For collectors who focus on specific monarch portraits or those completing sets from particular years, the 2015 UK 2 pence in extra fine condition fits perfectly. While it may not be an old coin or a rare error coin, its pristine condition makes it more desirable than other circulated versions. Alright, let's get to the part everyone's waiting for. How much is this 2015 UK 2 pence in extra fine condition worth in today's collector market? Currently, the value of a 2015 United Kingdom 2 pence in extra fine condition ranges $80,000 in the collector market. It might seem like a huge amount compared to some older or rarer coins, but for a coin minted in recent years, this is a decent price. The value comes from its condition and the demand from collectors completing their UK decimal coinage sets. It's important to remember that the value can fluctuate depending on the platform where you sell the coin, the exact condition, and the collector's interest at the time. For example, auctions may drive up the price if there's significant interest from multiple buyers. So there you have it. The 2015 United Kingdom 2 pence in extra fine condition may be a rare treasure, but it's certainly a valuable addition for collectors of modern British coins. Its value might break the bank today, but who knows, over time, as fewer of these coins remain in such good condition, their worth could increase. Next up, I'm talking about the United Kingdom's 1 penny coin from 2002, and we're going to explore its value today, even in a dirty condition. This little copper-plated steel coin might be something you've seen in circulation. Maybe you even have a few lying around in your coin jar. But did you know that collectors are actually paying attention to even these everyday pennies? Before we dive into the big question, its collector market value today, let's take a step back and talk briefly about the history of this penny. The 1 penny coin was first introduced in 1971 as part of the decimalization of British currency. The design we see on the 2002 penny features Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, a portrait created by artist Ian Rank Broadley. And on the reverse, we have the classic portcullis design, symbolizing the United Kingdom's long-standing tradition of governance and monarchy. So what makes this 2002 penny, especially in a dirty or worn condition, interesting to collectors? First, let's talk about the concept of condition in coin collecting. While pristine, uncirculated coins often fetch the highest prices, even coins in lower grades, such as dirty or circulated conditions, can hold value depending on their rarity, historical context, or demand. Coins that have been through a lot, especially those that show signs of wear or dirt, can still be desirable. Sometimes collectors prefer coins that tell a story, coins that have been in circulation, handled by many, and have a unique look. In the case of the 2002 penny, it's necessarily rare. Its condition can create appeal for collectors who like to clean or restore coins, or those seeking coins that stand out due to their appearance. Alright, now for the big reveal. How much is this 2002 UK penny worth today on the collector's market? Well, let me tell you, even though this coin is common, its value can vary depending on where you're looking. You might find listings ranging anywhere from $60,000, but here's the kicker: even in dirty or circulated condition, some buyers are willing to pay more than you might expect. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not exactly a fortune, and you're right, these coins aren't breaking the bank. But the key takeaway here is that even everyday coins, like this dirty 1 penny from 2002, can have a collector's market value, especially if they hold sentimental value or unique wear patterns. Sometimes, collectors are looking for specific dates, or even coins that stand out due to their condition. Several factors influence the value of a coin like this 2002 UK 1 penny, and I want to break them down for you. Number 1, condition. As we discussed, uncirculated or mint condition coins often command higher prices. However, dirty or worn coins can have a certain charm and sometimes appeal to niche collectors. While the 2002 penny isn't particularly rare, certain mint years or variations of the 1 penny coin can fetch higher prices. Always keep an eye out for any minting errors or unique traits. The value of any coin is ultimately determined by how much someone is willing to pay. While the 2002 penny might be a high-ticket item, it's always worth checking the latest market listings, because coin prices fluctuate based on demand. So, there you have it. The United Kingdom 1 penny from 2002 may be the rarest or most valuable coin out there, but even in dirty condition, it has a place in the world of collectors. Whether you're a beginner looking to expand your collection or someone interested in the fascinating world of coin cleaning and restoration, these humble pennies can offer a lot of history and character. If you've got one of these pennies lying around, don't toss it aside just yet. Check out the market, list it online, or even clean it up and see how much it could be worth. Next up, we're diving into a fascinating topic for collectors and history buffs alike: the market value of a very fine condition 1967 United Kingdom 1 penny coin. If you're new to our channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our exciting content. The 1967 United Kingdom 1 penny coin is a noteworthy piece of British numismatic history. It features the classic design of the penny coin, which was initially introduced in 1971 following the decimalization of the UK currency. The coin you're interested in is the very fine condition version of this 1967 penny, which holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. To appreciate the value of the 1967 United Kingdom 1 penny coin, let's first look at its historical context. The coin was minted as part of the final series of pre-decimal pennies before the UK transitioned to a decimal system. This transition marked a significant shift in the British currency system, making these coins a fascinating piece of numismatic history. The 1967 penny features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin on the obverse, and on the reverse we have the iconic design by Sir Edgar Bertram McKennell showing a single oak tree, which was a popular motif on British coins. The very fine grade is characterized by clear details on both the obverse and reverse with minimal wear, and the coin should show a good amount of detail in the oak tree design. Now, let's talk about the market value of this coin. In very fine condition, the 1967 United Kingdom 1 penny coin has garnered a respectable amount of interest from collectors. As of today, this coin typically sells for $240,000, depending on factors such as the exact quality, any unique characteristics, and current market demand. Coins in pristine, very fine condition, with minimal wear and strong detail, can command higher prices. Additionally, the historical significance and rarity of the coin can influence its value. The 1967 United Kingdom 1 penny coin in very fine condition is a valuable piece of history for collectors. Its value today reflects not only its historical significance, but also the ongoing interest in British numismatic items. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer, understanding the value of such coins can enhance your collection or investment strategy. Next up, we're diving into one of the iconic coins of American history, the Montello Jefferson Nickel. Specifically, we're focusing on the 1962 Jefferson Nickel with the Denver D mint mark in very fine condition, featuring that distinctive gray tone. You won't believe how much this nickel is worth in today's collector's market. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The design honors one of America's founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, and his estate Montello, which is featured on the reverse side. Felix Schlage was the artist behind this iconic design, and it has remained a symbol of American history ever since. Now, let's zoom in on the 1962 Jefferson nickel with the Denver D mint mark produced in the Denver Mint. This coin is part of the copper-nickel series that began after the end of World War II. The D mint mark can be found on the reverse side, to the right of Montello, and is a key indicator of where this coin was minted. The 1962 Denver minted Jefferson Nickel had a mintage of over 280 million, but that doesn't mean every one of these coins is easy to find in today. The coin we're talking about today, graded as very fine VF, is a collectible with some serious value. Let's break down the importance of condition. When it comes to numismatics, the grade of a coin heavily influences its market value. In the case of the 1962 Jefferson Nickel, collectors are interested in coins that retain their sharp details, especially around Jefferson's face and Montello on the reverse side. A very fine VF condition means the coin has been circulated but still retains much of its detail, though you may notice some wear on the high points like Jefferson's cheekbone and the Montello steps. The gray shading that often appears on these nickels comes from oxidation over time, which can actually add a unique aesthetic appeal for some collectors. Now, the moment you've been waiting for: what is this coin worth in today's collector market? In very fine condition with the gray shade patina, the 1962 D Jefferson Nickel is currently valued at anywhere between $270,000, depending on the buyer and market conditions. However, certain factors can increase this value. Coins with excellent eye appeal like that attractive gray shade we mentioned can sometimes fetch a higher price than their regular counterparts, giving buyers peace of mind. A professionally graded, very fine 1962 D nickel can sometimes reach up to $300,000 if it has desirable characteristics such as minimal wear or attractive toning. So why do collectors love the 1962 Jefferson Nickel? Well, for one, it's part of a series that has spanned decades, making it an integral part of U.S. coin history. Coins from this era are also becoming harder to find in very fine condition, which adds to their allure. The gray shading adds a unique, vintage aesthetic that appeals to those who love collecting coins with history embedded in their patina. It's a great entry point for novice collectors while still holding enough value to excite seasoned coin enthusiasts. If you're looking to start or expand your Jefferson Nickel collection, here are a few tips to keep in mind. Always look for the mint mark D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or none for Philadelphia. Certain mint marks are rarer than others. The less wear and tear, the higher the value. Look for clear details, especially around Jefferson's face and Montello. Getting your coin graded by a professional service can authenticate its value and make it more attractive to buyers. Coin values can fluctuate, so keep an eye on auctions and collector forums to get the best deals. In conclusion, the 1962 Jefferson Nickel with the D mint mark in very fine condition may seem like a fortune at first glance. It's an essential piece of American numismatic history. Its collectible value may continue to rise over the years, especially as coins in good condition become rarer. So, whether you're looking to add this coin to your collection or sell one, keep an eye on the market and enjoy the rich history it represents. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating history, details, and current market value of the United Kingdom 10 Newpence coin from 1975 in very fine condition. Stay tuned to learn all about this classic coin, why it's significant, and how much it's worth on today's collector market. First, let's take a look at the historical background of the United Kingdom 10 Newpence coin. This coin was part of the UK's decimalization process, which started in 1968 and officially came into effect in 1971. Decimalization was a significant moment in British currency history, as it marked the transition from the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence to the simpler decimal system we know today, where 1 pound is equal to 100 pence. The 10 Newpence coin was introduced to replace the old 2 shillings coin, and it carried the value of 1/10 of a British pound. It's important to note that the term new was added to differentiate it from the pre-decimal currency during the transition period. This new label was removed in 1982, making the earlier versions more interesting to collectors. Now, the 1975 version of the 10 Newpence is part of this important transition period, and that adds a layer of historical importance to the coin. Let's talk about the design of the 1975 UK 10 Newpence coin. On the obverse side, we have the classic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machine, which was used on many British coins from 1968 until 1984. In this depiction, Queen Elizabeth II is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, which was a gift she received before her wedding. On the reverse side, you'll find a striking design of the lion passant guardant, which is a lion walking forward with its head turned toward the viewer. This image is part of the Royal Arms of England and has been a symbol of British strength and nobility for centuries. The words Newpence are also inscribed on this side, along with the number 10 indicating its value. This design is simple yet elegant, and its connection to British history makes it especially appealing to collectors. In very fine condition, the coin shows some minor wear but retains most of its details. You'll see slight smoothness on the highest points of the design, but the coin's major features will still be sharp and visible. Collectors value coins in this condition because they strike a balance between rarity and affordability. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: the current market value of the 1975 UK 10 Newpence coin in very fine condition. Coin values can vary based on factors like rarity, demand, and condition, but in today's market, this coin in very fine condition typically sells for $240,000. For the true numismatist, the 1975 UK 10 Newpence holds much more value beyond its current market price. It's a symbol of an important period in British monetary history, and owning one is like holding a piece of that history in your hand. What about the future value of the 1975 UK 10 Newpence coin? Well, as with most coins, the value depends on several factors, including the overall collector demand for British decimalization coins, the scarcity of high-quality examples, and any broader trends in the numismatic world. As time goes on and fewer of these coins remain in very fine or better condition, it's likely that their value will appreciate. While it may skyrocket in value overnight, and it could become a nice addition to your collection that gains more worth as the years pass. If you're in the market for coins from the 1970s, especially those tied to decimalization, holding on to a well-preserved 1975 UK 10 Newpence might be a smart move for the future. Next up, we have a really interesting one for you: the Lincoln 1-cent coin from 1970 with D mint mark. But wait, this isn't just any ordinary cent. We're talking about a rare coin that's grabbing the attention of collectors everywhere, one with a faded, or as some call it, eaten D mint mark and a zero that's been partially struck. If you're lucky enough to own one of these coins, you could be sitting on some serious cash. We'll dive deep into the details of this coin, why it's so special, and what makes it such a hot item in today's collector market. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and just how much these coins could be worth today. Alright, so let's first talk about the basics. The Lincoln cent or penny has been in circulation since 1909, and the 1970 with D cent is just one of many, but what makes this particular coin stand out is its unusual minting era, the D. Mint mark signifies that this coin was minted in Denver, Colorado, one of the primary mints in the United States. In 1970, Denver pumped out millions of these pennies, and while most came out just fine, there were a few that didn't quite meet the mark, literally. The D mint mark on some coins appeared faded or even partially missing due to worn dies or uneven pressure during the minting process. This error is sometimes referred to as an eaten or weak strike mint mark, but that's not the only thing collectors are excited about. On some 1970 with D pennies, the 0 in the year 1970 also appears faded or partially struck, adding even more intrigue. These types of errors are known as strike-through errors or die wear errors. They can happen when the minting machinery isn't operating at full precision, resulting in a coin that's far from perfect. And believe me, in the world of coin collecting, imperfections can often mean big money. So why are error coins like this so valuable? Well, in the world of coin collecting, errors are a huge deal. When something goes wrong during the minting process, it creates a unique coin that stands out from the millions of perfectly struck pennies out there. Think of it like a factory mistake that turned into a treasure. Error coins are like limited editions. They're rare, hard to find, and therefore in high demand. For collectors, it's all about rarity and uniqueness. Coins with mint errors are often considered more valuable because they're accidental one-of-a-kinds. The fewer error coins produced, the more desirable they become. This is especially true for coins like this 1970 with D Lincoln cent with a weak D mint mark and faded 0. The Denver Mint produced millions of pennies in 1970, but only a tiny fraction of them have this kind of minting error. That's what makes this coin a potential goldmine for collectors. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How much is this coin worth today? The value of a 1970 with D Lincoln cent with this type of error can vary depending on its condition and the severity of the error. In fine condition, like the one we're talking about, you could see values ranging anywhere from $230,000 depending on how visible that faded mint mark and 0 are. If you're thinking of selling a coin like this, it's a good idea to get it professionally graded. A coin with a certified grade will always fetch a higher price because collectors trust the condition has been verified by an expert. Now, if you have some 1970 with D pennies laying around, you're probably wondering, how do I know if mine has this error? Great question. Here's what you need to look for. The D mint mark. Check the mint mark carefully. If the D is faded, weak, or appears partially eaten away, you might have a valuable error coin. The year. Look at the 0 in 1970. If the 0 appears weak, incomplete, or partially struck, that's another sign of the mint error. General condition. Even though we're focusing on the error, the overall condition of the coin matters too. A well-preserved coin will always be worth more. If you spot these signs, you're in luck. Your penny could be worth way more than just 1 cent. So there you have it, the 1970 with D Lincoln cent with an eaten D mint mark and a weak 0 in fine condition is not just an ordinary coin. With a little luck, it could be worth anywhere from $230,000 or more, depending on its condition and how prominent the errors are. If you have one of these error coins in your collection, be sure to protect it and consider getting it graded. And who knows? It might just be the hidden treasure you've been sitting on all this time. Next up, we're talking about a coin that might seem common at first glance but holds more value than you might think. That's right, we're diving into the Australia 20 cent 2001 coin in very fine condition and exploring its collector market value in dollars. Before we get into the current market value, let's talk a bit about the background of this 2001 Australia 20 cent coin. Minted by the Royal Australian Mint, the 20 cent coin has been a staple of Australia's currency since 1966. The year 2001 was significant as it marked 100 years of Australia's federation. However, unlike the Special Federation series released that year, the standard 20 cent coin featuring the iconic platypus continued to circulate as part of Australia's regular coinage. So what makes this particular coin stand out? On the obverse side, you'll find the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by artist Ian Rank Broadley. This design was introduced in 1999 and remained on Australian coins for several years. On the reverse, you'll see the beloved platypus, Australia's unique and semi-aquatic mammal, a design by artist Stuart Devlin. Now for this video, we're focusing on the coin's very fine VF condition. If you're new to coin collecting, grading plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. In very fine condition, the coin shows some wear but still retains a lot of its original details. The platypus and queen's portrait are clearly visible, though some high points on the design may show slight signs of wear. Overall, it's a coin that's been in circulation but still looks sharp. So what makes this 2001 Australia 20 cent coin sought after by collectors today? It's as rare as the commemorative Federation series. Certain factors drive up its value in the collector's market. Even though it's a regular issue coin, the year 2001 was a big year for Australia, marking the centenary of Federation. For some collectors, this makes the coin a desirable piece of history. Coins in very fine condition or better are always more sought after, as they've maintained much of their original detail despite being in circulation. Australia's 20 cent coin series, especially from milestone years, always attracts interest from local and international collectors alike. Now, on to what everyone is curious about: how much is this coin worth today? As of now, A 2001 Australia 20-cent coin in very fine condition can fetch anywhere between $350,000 in the collector's market. While that might sound like a fortune, so why do the values vary so much? Several factors influence the coin's value in the market. As we mentioned earlier, the better the condition, the higher the price. Very fine condition is just one step below extra fine, so the coin still holds decent value for a collector. The demand for Australian coins, especially among international collectors, can fluctuate. Right now, there's a growing interest in modern Australian coinage, which could drive up values in the future. Even though this coin was mass-produced, fewer coins in very fine condition are available today, which increases the demand for well-preserved pieces. Before we wrap up, it's important to touch on a crucial point: authenticity. While counterfeiting is more common with higher denomination coins, it's always a good idea to inspect your coins carefully. Look for signs of tampering or artificial aging. If you're new to collecting, consider investing in a magnifying glass and consult with experienced coin dealers to ensure you're buying genuine pieces. So there you have it. The Australia 20-cent 2001 coin in very fine condition might make you rich, but it's certainly a valuable and historical addition to any collection. And who knows, as demand for modern Australian coins grows, its value could rise in the future. If you're a collector or just curious about coins, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into rare and collectible coins from around the world. Next up, we're taking a closer look at a coin that may seem ordinary at first, but holds significance for collectors around the world. We're talking about the United Kingdom 1 penny from 2010 in extra fine condition. We'll be exploring the coin's design, its history, and of course its collector market value in dollars today. So stick around to find out why this small penny could be a big deal for your coin collection. First, let's get into some history behind the United Kingdom 1 penny coin. The 1 penny is part of the decimal coinage system introduced in the UK in 1971, replacing the old pre-decimal currency. This marked a significant change in the UK's monetary system, simplifying trade and everyday transactions. The 1 penny coin became one of the fundamental denominations used throughout the country. The 2010 penny, like its predecessors, features the iconic image of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse the front of the coin. This portrait was designed by Ian Rank Broadley and had been in use since 1998. On the reverse, you will find the shield of the Royal Arms, a modern design introduced in 2008 as part of a series where all UK coins depict portions of the shield that, when combined, form the entire image. Now, let's break down the details of the 2010 UK 1 penny. The coin is made from copper-plated steel, giving it that familiar reddish-brown color. The use of steel was introduced in 1992, replacing the bronze composition used for older pennies. The penny weighs 3.56 grams, which is standard across most modern 1 penny coins. Diameter, it has a diameter of 20.3 millimeters, making it relatively small but distinct in feel. Thickness, it's about 1.52 millimeters thick. The edge is smooth without any reading. The coin is a part of modern UK coinage, meaning it's still used in circulation today. However, finding one in extra fine condition, especially from 2010, can be a bit more of a challenge. This is because pennies are often exposed to a lot of wear and tear from everyday use, making well-preserved ones more desirable to collectors. So what exactly does extra fine condition mean for coin collectors? When a coin is graded as extra fine or XF, it refers to a condition where the coin shows only slight wear on the highest points of the design. In the case of the 2010 UK 1 penny, this means the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II is still sharp, with just a small amount of flattening visible on the crown or hair. The shield of the Royal Arms on the reverse should still have all its fine details visible, with slight smoothing at the highest points like the top of the crown or the tips of the shield's symbols. The coin should still retain much of its original luster, meaning it will have a shiny or glossy appearance when held under light. Coins in extra fine condition are highly sought after by collectors because they've been preserved in near pristine condition despite their age and intended use in circulation. Now for the part you've all been waiting for: how much is a 2010 UK 1 penny in extra fine condition worth in today's collector market? At first glance, you might think a 1 penny coin wouldn't hold much value after all. It's just a penny, right? But when it comes to numismatics, rarity and condition are everything. While this coin is still in circulation, finding one in extra fine condition is less common, and this can boost its value slightly above its face value. On the collector's market today, a 2010 UK 1 penny in extra fine condition typically has a value of around $67,000 now. That might not seem like much, but keep in mind, this is still a coin that's relatively modern and rare in general circulation. However, as time goes on and fewer well-preserved examples exist, this value could slowly increase. You might be wondering, why would someone want to collect a modern coin like this? Well, there are several reasons. As I mentioned earlier, finding a modern penny in extra fine condition or higher is becoming less common, making these well-preserved coins appealing to collectors. Many coin collectors aim to complete sets of coins by year. A 2010 penny might be the missing piece for someone trying to complete their collection of modern UK coins. While an ancient coin, the 1 penny is part of the history of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, which lasted for over 70 years, making it a symbol of a long and significant era in UK history. Coins like these are often sought after by beginner collectors because they are affordable, yet have the potential to appreciate in value over time. The current value of a 2010 UK 1 penny in extra fine condition is highest. The future could hold greater potential, as fewer coins remain in excellent condition and as more collectors become interested in modern coinage. These pennies could see an increase in value. Additionally, with the passing of Queen Elizabeth II in 2022, coins from her reign may become more sought after, adding sentimental and historical value to them. If you're a collector, holding on to well-preserved coins from this era might pay off in the long run. As always, coin collecting is about patience, and sometimes the most unexpected coins end up being the most valuable over time. Next up, we're going to talk about a particularly interesting and often sought-after coin, the 1969 Montello Jefferson Nickel with the S mint mark in very fine condition, featuring that unique black shade. This coin is not only intriguing for collectors but could also have significant value in today's market. Let's explore its history, features, and what it's worth today. The Jefferson Nickel has been part of American currency since 1938, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, or front side, and his iconic Virginia home, Montello, on the reverse. This design, created by Felix Schlag, has been in circulation for decades and remains one of the most recognizable coins in the US. Now, what makes the 1969 Jefferson Nickel particularly interesting is the S mint mark. This indicates that the coin was minted at the San Francisco Mint, which produced a relatively smaller number of coins compared to other mints. That year, the San Francisco Mint struck around 120 million Jefferson Nickels. While that number may seem large, finding one in very fine condition or with special characteristics, like a black shade, can make it quite valuable to collectors today. Let's break down the key features of the 1969 with S Montello Jefferson Nickel and what to look for if you have one in your collection. First, you have the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, designed by Felix Schlag. The S mint mark is located just to the right of the Montello image on the reverse, indicating it was minted in San Francisco. The coin is made from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it its distinctive metallic look. The diameter of the coin is 21.21 millimeters, and it weighs about 5 grams. However, what really sets this coin apart is its condition and its black shade. This blackened tone occurs due to oxidation over time or environmental exposure, and while it may not seem like a desirable trait, some collectors actually appreciate this unique aesthetic for its vintage appeal. Now, when we talk about coin grading, especially in terms of value, the condition plays a major role. For this specific coin, we're focusing on one that's graded in very fine condition. But what exactly does that mean? A coin in very fine condition means it has been circulated, but the details of the design are still sharp. You'll see some wear, especially on Jefferson's cheek and jawline, but Montello and the lettering are still quite defined. The key is that the overall appeal of the coin is preserved, making it highly desirable to collectors. And don't forget, the black shade adds a unique aesthetic that could make this particular coin even more sought after by niche collectors. Alright, now for the moment you've been waiting for. How much is this 1969 with S Jefferson Nickel worth in today's collector market? The value of a 1969 with S Jefferson Nickel can vary based on its condition and unique features. If your coin has the black shade or any other unique features like doubling or minting errors, it could be worth significantly more. Coins in very fine condition with a distinctive patina or special characteristics could be valued between $470,000, depending on demand. In some cases, if the coin is part of a larger set or has historical significance tied to the San Francisco Mint production, its value could go even higher. Now that you know the value, you might be asking, should I sell my 1969 with S Jefferson Nickel, or should I hold on to it? Well, here are a few tips. Always get your coin graded by a professional if you believe it holds significant value. A coin in certified condition can fetch much higher prices, as collector interest in Jefferson Nickels can fluctuate. Coins with rare features often spark bidding wars. If you're looking to buy this coin, pay close attention to the condition. The better preserved the details, the more valuable it will be in the future. Next up, we are going to dive deep into one of the most beloved coins in American numismatics, the Lincoln 1-cent coin, specifically the 1975 Lincoln cent with the D mint mark in fine condition. We will explore the historical background of this coin, its key features, and most importantly, we'll uncover its current collector's market value in dollars today. If you're into coin collecting or just curious about this penny's value, then stay tuned. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of U.S. currency since it was first introduced in 1909, honoring the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has become one of the most widely collected coins in the United States, with numerous variations, mint marks, and special editions created. The year 1975 was significant for Lincoln pennies, as it was one of the last years before the U.S. Mint started producing pennies with a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. The 1975 Lincoln cent, therefore, still maintains the classic 95% copper composition, which is a crucial point when considering its value. This means that the coin has a higher intrinsic metal value than later pennies, making it more desirable to collectors. The D mint mark on this penny indicates that it was minted at the Denver Mint, which is one of the primary U.S. mint facilities. The Denver Mint has produced limited of Lincoln pennies over the years, and coins from different mints, such as Denver, Philadelphia, and San Francisco, often have different levels of scarcity, which can affect their value. Let's talk about the specific 1975 with D mint mark Lincoln cent in fine condition. In numismatics, the term fine condition is a specific grading term that refers to a coin that shows moderate wear but still retains most of its design details. The major features of the coin, such as Lincoln's portrait, the date, and the inscriptions, are still visible, but the finer details, such as the texture of Lincoln's hair or the sharpness of the wheat stalks, may be worn down. For a 1975 with D mint mark penny, a coin in fine condition would typically show some wear on Lincoln's face, especially around the cheek and hairline. The reverse side, which depicts the Lincoln Memorial, might have some smoothing on the steps of the building, but overall the design remains legible and intact. Finding a 1975 with D mint mark penny in fine condition that has been well preserved can still be an attractive addition to a collection, especially for those looking to complete a set of Lincoln cents by date and mint mark. Collectors often seek out pennies from this era due to their copper composition, and as more copper pennies are removed from circulation, demand for these coins can increase over time. So how much is a 1975 with D mint mark Lincoln cent in fine condition worth in today's market? Due to the coin's high mintage and its copper composition, its value is primarily driven by its metal content and demand from collectors. In fine condition, a 1975 with D mint mark Lincoln cent typically has a market value of $105,000, while this may seem highest at first glance. Additionally, coins made of copper like this one may see increases in value as fewer copper pennies remain in circulation. Over time, collector demand could push prices higher, especially as these coins become scarcer in higher grades. Next up, we're diving into a fascinating piece of numismatic history, the Australian 50-cent coin commemorating the 60th anniversary of the end of World War II. This coin, minted in 2005, is not only a significant historical artifact, but also holds notable value in the collector's market today. Let's explore why this coin is so special and what makes it a prized possession for collectors. Here we have the 2005 Australian 50-cent coin, marking the 60th anniversary of the end of World War II. This coin features a unique and poignant design, capturing a moment of great historical significance. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see an intricate design depicting the Australian War Memorial in Canberra, surrounded by a series of poppies. This design is a tribute to the soldiers who fought in the war and serves as a reminder of their sacrifice. The obverse features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. World War II was a pivotal event in global history, and Australia played a crucial role in the Allied victory. The 60th anniversary of the war's end was a significant milestone, and this coin was issued to commemorate that important event. The 2005 Australia 50-cent commemorative coin is a remarkable piece because it not only marks a historical event but also carries historical value. The coin's design and limited mintage make it a sought-after item for collectors. Its significance is further enhanced by the fact that it honors the end of one of the most devastating conflicts in human history. Condition is key when it comes to coin collecting, and this coin is no exception. The 2005 Australia 50-cent coin in very fine condition is highly prized. Coins in this condition show minimal wear and retain most of their original detail. Such coins are particularly valuable because they offer a glimpse into history while maintaining their aesthetic and collectible value. So what does this coin fetch on the collector's market today? As of now, the 2005 Australian 50-cent coin in very fine condition can command a price ranging from $600,000. Prices can vary depending on the coin's exact condition, market demand, and whether it comes with any original packaging or certificates of authenticity. I ensure the coin is genuine. Counterfeits can sometimes make their way into the market. Assess the coin's condition carefully. Coins in better condition generally fetch higher prices. Keep the coin in a safe, climate-controlled environment to preserve its condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 2005 Australian 50-cent coin is a remarkable piece of history with significant value. Its commemoration of the end of World War II and its fine design make it a worthy addition to any collection. Next up, we'll be taking a close look at a coin that's become a talking point among collectors, the 1984 Montello Jefferson Nickel, specifically with a blurred P mint mark. What makes this particular coin special? What does a very fine condition version look like? And of course, how much could it be worth in today's collector market? Let's find out. Now, the Jefferson Nickel has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1938, featuring a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side, designed by artist Felix Schlag. The reverse side showcases Jefferson's famous Virginia home, Montello. But what makes the 1984 version with P mint mark so unique? This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is identified by the letter P just to the right of Jefferson's portrait. On certain examples from 1984, like the one we're discussing today, the P mint mark can appear blurred or weakly struck. This is an error that has piqued the interest of collectors, and when found in very fine condition, it becomes even more intriguing. So why does the P mint mark sometimes appear blurred or weak on these coins? Well, it comes down to a minting error, which could be due to a worn die or perhaps improper striking pressure at the Philadelphia Mint that year. This creates a less defined mint mark, which is uncommon but certainly not unheard of. Errors like this occur during the production process when the die wears down or isn't fully engraved, leading to an incomplete strike. In the case of this 1984 nickel, it's this blurred P that sets it apart from regular issues. Now let's talk about the condition of this coin. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting, and in this case we're looking at a very fine condition coin, or VF as it's commonly referred to by collectors. A very fine condition nickel will show moderate wear on the high points like Jefferson's cheekbones and hair. However, many of the details will still be clearly visible. As you can see here, even though this coin has seen circulation, most of the design remains clear with only some minor loss of detail. The Montello on the reverse side is still sharp, although there may be slight flattening of the steps. But it's that blurred mint mark that gives this coin its appeal. So how much is a 1984 Jefferson nickel with a blurred P mint mark worth in today's collector market? Well, as always with rare coins, the value depends on several factors: the rarity of the error, the condition of the coin, and current demand among collectors. If you have a specimen with an even more pronounced mint mark error or in a higher grade like very fine or extra fine, the value can increase significantly. We've seen coins in better conditions fetch upwards of $350,000 in some cases, depending on the collector's interest. Some collectors are willing to pay a premium for a well-preserved version with this error, while others may find deals on coins that show more signs of wear. It's all about finding the right buyer who's interested in mint errors. In conclusion, the 1984 Montello Jefferson nickel with a blurred P mint mark may be the most valuable coin out there, but it's certainly a fun find for anyone interested in mint errors. It's a great example of how even small imperfections can add character to a coin and make it stand out to collectors. Next up, we're talking about the 1982 Lincoln 1-cent coin without a mint mark and why it could be worth more than you might expect. So let's get started. The 1982 Lincoln cent is a noteworthy coin for collectors, and even though it's from a relatively recent year, its market value can vary significantly based on its condition. Today, we're focusing on a coin that stands out even in dirty or less than perfect condition. Let's break down why this coin holds such value. First, a bit of history. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1909. By 1982, the U.S. Mint had shifted the composition of the coin from copper to a copper-plated zinc mix to reduce production costs. This change, coupled with the low number of pennies minted that year, makes the 1982 Lincoln cent quite not common. However, despite the low mintage, and there are some interesting features about the 1982 Lincoln cent that make it unique. One of the key aspects to consider is the absence of a mint mark, which means the coin was minted in Philadelphia. This lack of a mint mark can sometimes add to the coin's desirability. Now, let's address the condition. While most Lincoln pennies from 1982 are relatively not common, and a dirty or worn coin can still be valuable, collectors often seek out these coins for their historical value and rarity in specific conditions. The fact that the coin is dirty or in poor condition actually makes it more intriguing to collectors who focus on imperfections and historical wear. In terms of market value, a dirty 1982 Lincoln penny without a mint mark might be the highest valued coin in the collection, and it still holds a noteworthy place. On average, such coins can fetch anywhere $78,000, depending on the exact level of wear and dirt. Coins in extremely poor condition may not see a significant premium, and they still attract collectors looking for unique pieces. The 1982 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, even in dirty condition, is an interesting piece. While it's incredibly rare, and the uniqueness of each coin's wear and the stories they tell make them valuable to collectors who appreciate the history and context behind each piece, it's a reminder that even less than perfect coins have their place in the market. So, there you have it. Even a dirty 1982 Lincoln penny without a mint mark can hold some value and intrigue for collectors. It's a reminder that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and every coin has a story. If you have one of these pennies in your collection, it might be worth holding on to or even showing to a coin dealer to see if it's worth more than you think. Next up, explore a truly remarkable piece of Australian coinage, the 2001 Australia 20-cent coin, which commemorates one of cricket's greatest legends. Sir Donald Bradman will take a close look at this coin, discuss its significance, and uncover its current market value. So let's get started. Sir Donald Bradman, often regarded as the greatest cricketer of all time, was an Australian icon whose achievements on the cricket field are legendary. Born on August 27, 1908, Bradman's cricketing career was marked by an astonishingly high batting average of 99.94 in Test matches, a record that remains unparalleled. His exceptional skill and dedication to the game earned him the title of the Don and a place in the hearts of cricket fans worldwide. Bradman's impact on cricket was immense. He led Australia to numerous victories, and his contributions to the sport extended beyond the field. His influence on the game and his status as a national hero make him a fitting subject for commemoration on Australian coinage. Now, let's focus on the coin itself. The 2001 Australia 20-cent coin is part of a special series issued by the Royal Australian Mint to honor Sir Donald Bradman. The obverse side of the coin features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley, while the reverse side showcases a striking depiction of Sir Donald Bradman in his cricketing attire. The reverse design, created by renowned engraver Stuart Devlin, captures Bradman in a classic cricket pose, embodying both the elegance and determination he was known for. The surrounding text reads, Sir Donald Bradman and 1908-2001, marking the centenary of his birth and the year of his passing. This coin is struck in a high-quality, very fine condition with a diameter of 20.5 millimeters and a weight of 11.3 grams. It's made from copper nickel, giving it a durable and attractive finish. When it comes to collecting, the 2001 Australia 20-cent coin has gained significant value in the numismatic market. Due to its limited mintage and the iconic figure it commemorates, it's become a sought-after piece for collectors. As of today, the value of this coin in very fine condition can range significantly depending on its rarity and condition. On average, collectors are willing to pay between $300,000. Coins in pristine condition or those with unique features may fetch even higher prices. To get a more accurate estimate, it's always a good idea to consult with a professional numismatist. The value can fluctuate based on market demand and the coin's condition. What makes this coin so special to collectors? First, it's the tribute to Sir Donald Bradman, a cricketing legend whose legacy continues to inspire. Second, the coin's limited mintage and intricate design make it a standout piece in any collection. For cricket enthusiasts and coin collectors alike, owning this coin is like holding a piece of Australian sporting history. It's not just about the value, it's about celebrating an icon and preserving a moment in time. So there you have it, the 2001 Australia 20-cent coin, a tribute to the legendary Sir Donald Bradman. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this coin is a valuable addition to any collection. Next up, we're diving deep into a special edition of the Jefferson Nickel, the 1972 coin with the Denver Mint mark, also known as the D Mint mark, and this one comes with a beautiful light gray patina. Could it be the hidden treasure in your coin collection? Stick around because we're going to break down its history, condition, and most importantly, today's collector market value in dollars. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the Montello Jefferson Nickel. The Jefferson Nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers and the third president of the United States, on the obverse side. On the reverse, we have the image of Montello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, but today we're focusing on the 1972 Jefferson Nickel with the D Mint mark, which indicates it was minted at the Denver Mint. While 1972 was a particularly rare year for this coin, Denver alone produced over 280 million of them. There are several factors that can dramatically impact its value, especially in the collector's market. Let's break it down. The 1972 Jefferson Nickel isn't just your average pocket change, it's a part of American history. By this time, the nickel had already gone through several changes. The design had stayed the same since its inception in 1938, but the materials had fluctuated due to wartime needs. By 1972, we were back to the copper-nickel composition, with 75% copper and 25% nickel, making it durable and giving it that distinctive grayish tone that many collectors look for. Coins from this period are also appreciated for their quality and craftsmanship. The 1972 Jefferson Nickel, in very fine condition, especially with the gray patina that comes from natural wear and aging, is something collectors love to have in their collections. Now, let's take a closer look at that D Mint mark. Coins with this mark were minted in Denver. As I mentioned earlier, more than 280 million Jefferson Nickels were struck at the Denver Mint in 1972, so the coin isn't rare just because of the mint mark alone. However, the condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its value. A Jefferson Nickel from 1972 with the D Mint mark in a very fine VF condition, like the one we're discussing today, it can hold significant value. A very fine condition coin means that most of the details are still sharp, but there's noticeable wear, especially on high points like Jefferson's cheek and the dome of Monticello. So what exactly does very fine condition mean in the world of coin collecting? For the 1972 Jefferson Nickel, it means the coin has been circulated but still retains a lot of its original design details. The key features like Jefferson's portrait and the Monticello are still easily recognizable, but the coin has that light gray tone from natural wear. Now let's talk about that light gray shade or patina that's developed on this coin. Many collectors actually prefer this look. The natural oxidation process gives the coin a unique character, which adds to its appeal. It's not just any coin pulled out of a drawer, it's one that has history written on its surface. While some collectors seek shiny, uncirculated coins, others are on the lookout for coins with natural toning. The grayish tone can enhance a coin's aesthetic, especially when it's been well preserved without major damage. This patina is especially desirable to those who appreciate the beauty of aged coins. Alright, let's get to the big question: how much is a 1972 Jefferson Nickel with D mint mark and in very fine condition worth today? The value of this coin can fluctuate depending on several factors, including market demand, collector interest, and the overall state of the coin. Currently, a 1972 Jefferson Nickel with a D mint mark in very fine condition with gray shad is generally valued between $310,000 in the collector's market. Yes, it might seem like a huge value. These values can climb if you have an exceptional piece or if the demand for Jefferson Nickels increases in the future. So, while the 1972 Jefferson Nickel with D mint mark in very fine condition, it's still a wonderful piece of history to own. It's part of a beloved American coin series, and who knows, maybe in a few years, the value will increase as more collectors search for well-preserved examples like yours. Next up, we're focusing on a particular gem in the Lincoln Penny series, the 1963 Lincoln Penny with the D mint mark in fine condition. We'll explore its historical significance, the factors that influence its value, and what you can expect if you're considering adding this coin to your collection. Let's dive in. The 1963 Lincoln Penny, struck in the 90% copper, 10% zinc composition, is a significant piece in the Lincoln Penny series. This coin, minted in Denver, indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse side, is noteworthy for its historical context and its place in the collectible market today. First, let's set the stage with a bit of history. The Lincoln Penny was first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1963, the coin had been a staple of American currency for over half a century. The 1963 penny is part of the Memorial series, which features the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. This design, created by Frank Gasparo, was used from 1959 until 2008. Now let's focus on the specific coin in question, the 1963 Lincoln Penny with the D mint mark in fine condition. The fine condition, or F grade, is characterized by noticeable wear on the coin, but with the details still clear. On this coin, you'll see slight wear on the high points of the Lincoln Memorial, and some details might be softened, but the overall design remains recognizable. So why is this particular coin valuable? Several factors contribute to its market value. First, its age and historical significance play a role. Although the 1963 Lincoln Penny is extremely rare, and the fine condition adds to its appeal among collectors. Coins in better condition, such as those in very fine or extremely fine states, can command higher prices, but fine condition coins still hold considerable value. As of today, the market value for a 1963 Lincoln Penny with D mint mark in fine condition ranges $200,000. This valuation might fluctuate based on factors such as market demand, the specific condition of the coin, and any unique features or anomalies it might possess. For collectors and investors, even a coin in fine condition like this can be a valuable addition to a collection. It represents a piece of American history, and while it may be the most valuable Lincoln Penny out there, and its significance and appeal shouldn't be underestimated. So, if you have a 1963 Lincoln Penny with D mint mark in fine condition, you're holding on to a small piece of numismatic history. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or simply add to your collection, understanding the market value and historical context of your coins is crucial. Next up, exploring a common yet intriguing coin, the Australia 50-cent coin from 2006, specifically in very fine condition, and its big value in today's collector market. Stick around, because you might be surprised at how much this seemingly everyday coin could be worth. Let's start with a little background. The Australian 50-cent coin is one of the largest circulating coins in the country, both in terms of size and face value. First introduced in 1966, the 50-cent coin has seen various design changes, but it always captures the essence of Australia's heritage. What's special about the 2006 issue? While an immediately rare or commemorative coin, it still has its own charm. It features the Australian coat of arms on the reverse, with the kangaroo and emu, two iconic symbols of Australian wildlife, and of course on the obverse we have Queen Elizabeth II marking her long reign. So, What makes this particular coin from 2006 stand out in today's market? Well, let's dig deeper into its value in very fine condition. Before we talk numbers, let's quickly break down what very fine condition means in the world of coin collecting. Grading coins is an essential part of determining their value. Coins in very fine condition show moderate signs of wear. This means that some of the finer details may be slightly worn down, especially on the highest points of the design. However, all major details should still be clear and visible. In the case of the 2006 Australia 50-cent coin, a very fine grade would mean the details of the kangaroo and emu are still distinct, but with minor wear. Queen Elizabeth's portrait will have some smoothness. But the outline and main features are still sharp, so if you have a 2006 Australian 50-cent coin that fits this description, it's time to see how much it's worth. Now, on to the most exciting part: how much is this coin worth today in the collector's market? In today's market, the value of a 2006 Australia 50-cent coin in very fine condition is influenced by a few factors. Some of these coins are harder to come by in good condition. As we mentioned earlier, very fine condition means it has moderate wear, but is still in good shape. Demand, like any collectible, the value is often driven by demand. Australian coins have a strong following internationally, especially among collectors who focus on Commonwealth nations. So after scouring the collector market, auction sites, and consulting coin value guides, the value of a 2006 Australian 50-cent coin in very fine condition can range between $350,000. This may seem like a huge number. Keep in mind that for an everyday circulating coin, this is a big jump from its face value. If you're lucky enough to find one in even better condition, such as uncirculated, you could see even higher prices. But why the interest in these 50-cent coins? For many collectors, it's all about completing a series, and they're willing to pay a premium for coins that are in better than average condition. One of the things to note about the 2006 Australia 50-cent coin is that it wasn't a commemorative year. Due to the normal circulation, finding a coin in very fine or higher condition can be a bit of a challenge. The Australian 50-cent coins made from cupro nickel tend to pick up scratches and wear over time, so those that have been well preserved are worth more. Moreover, Australian coins in general have seen a surge in demand in the last decade, with both local and international collectors showing increased interest in pieces from down under. So, you've checked your wallet or your old coin collection, and you found a 2006 Australian 50-cent coin in very fine condition. What's next? First off, you'll want to make sure it's properly graded. You can either visit a local coin dealer for a professional evaluation or check out online grading services that offer appraisals. Once you've confirmed its condition, here are a few places to sell or auction your coin. Coin dealers who specialize in Australian or international coins. Local coin clubs or collector forums, where you can sell directly to other enthusiasts. Whether you're a dedicated collector or just someone curious about the change in your pocket, these coins have a story to tell and value to add to your collection. Next up, we're diving deep into the world of US coins to explore a particular gem in the Lincoln Cent series, the 1976 Lincoln 1 cent without mint mark in fine condition. We'll uncover why this coin is garnering significant attention from collectors and what its market value looks like today. To set the stage, let's first review some historical context. The Lincoln Cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, has undergone various design changes over the years. By 1976, the coin was still featuring the familiar obverse portrait of Lincoln by Victor David Brenner, with the reverse displaying the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo. The year 1976 was significant for several reasons. Not only was it the bicentennial year of the United States, but it also marked the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. However, unlike some other coins from that year, the Lincoln Cent didn't have a special design or mint mark indicating bicentennial status, which is why the 1976 Lincoln Cent without a mint mark stands out for its simplicity and historical continuity. The 1976 Lincoln Cent without a mint mark is relatively straightforward in its design. Its obverse features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the date 1976. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial with the words "United States of America e pluribus unum" and 1 cent. Fine condition of a coin typically refers to a state where the coin shows moderate wear, with some details still visible but with signs of use. For the 1976 Lincoln Cent, a fine condition coin will exhibit a noticeable level of wear, but the major design elements and inscriptions should still be clear and distinct. Now, let's talk about value. The Lincoln Cent from 1976 without a mint mark is often sought after by collectors, particularly those who focus on Lincoln pennies from specific years or conditions. Fine condition, the value of this coin can vary based on several factors, including the overall demand among collectors, the rarity of the coin in fine condition, and current market trends. As of today, a 1976 Lincoln Cent without a mint mark in fine condition typically ranges in value from $100,000. While this might seem highest compared to some of the more valuable coins, and the Lincoln cent series is highly collected. Even coins in fine condition can hold sentimental and collector value. Additionally, if you have a particularly well-preserved example, it might fetch a bit more on the market. For collectors, the 1976 Lincoln cent without a mint mark represents a piece of American numismatic history. A coin that, while rare, holds a significant place in the history of U.S. currency. Collectors appreciate its historical value and the simplicity of its design, which contrasts with the more intricate bicentennial coins of the same era. So there you have it, a detailed look at the Lincoln 1 cent 1976 without mint mark in fine condition. While it might be the most valuable coin in the market, and it holds a special place for collectors who appreciate its historical significance and classic design. If you own one of these coins, you've got a piece of numismatic history in your collection. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below about your thoughts on the 1976 Lincoln cent. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on coin collecting and market values. Until next time, keep on collecting.